Hey guys, welcome back to another live stream. I hope you guys are able to hear us, and in this video we're going to be continuing with the building of this humanoid robot. Now we didn't find any time over the past few days to work on this project further, and there are some issues we are having with this robot right now, which I'm gonna explain one by one. There are a couple of issues we need to fix with this robot before moving forward, so I'm gonna explain them in a second. So we are live on Twitch as well. Okay, the train's going by. Okay, so I am gonna start explaining the issues one by one. The first obvious one, if you have seen the pictures of this robot, is simply the orientation. Okay, there's another train going by. Okay, so hopefully now we don't get another train, although we get one every few minutes. But the very first thing we need to fix with this robot, if you have seen any sort of pictures of this robot before this, it's gonna be the orientation of its hand, because in the last live stream we rushed to put everything together really quickly. The orientation of the hand is not right. We're simply gonna unscrew that and put them in the right way around, but that's not the big issue here. The bigger issue is we have some motor controllers that are not working, and we discussed this in the last live stream as well, but as of now we don't have any idea why, because we didn't get any time to troubleshoot the issue or just look it up. So I'm gonna enter the frame, and I am gonna show you the motor controllers that are not working. So this is the first motor controller that is not working, and for some reason a single LED on this motor controller is not working. Now when you are calibrating your motors, this one has a separate issue. The issue with this one, the one we have marked with red. Yes, so there are more than one issue. So these two motor controllers, they have different issues. So I think for this one, the ST-Link was not getting established, right? Yeah. It's not. It's we're unable to flash code to this one. Yep. So this one has some sort of issue between the communication between the microcontroller and the computer, and this one. So there's a red user LED on board this on board this PCB, and we can communicate to that red addressable LED, and during calibration we make that red LED flash at 1 Hertz, which tells us that the libraries and everything, they are working fine. Everything has been uploaded, pushed successfully to the microcontroller, but we're not able to do that. And we tried a bit to fix the issue, but we didn't have too much time. And honestly, how many actuators are there in total in that robot? 22. So out of 22, 3 actuators are showing this issue. So we're not certain at this point if we fried this during soldering, which I think is really difficult to do. If you have soldered PCB components or SMD components before, you know it requires a lot of heat to cook these components or mess them up, and during soldering I didn't even heat them up that much, so I'm not sure what the issue is there. It's really difficult to fry the IC, but that might be the case. And for the other one, this one had a faulty ST link connection to begin with, so we didn't even get to do anything on this. So yeah, these are the issues we are facing right now in terms of moving forward and finishing this project. But besides these issues, so we have ordered a bunch of new components, the motor controllers, and when they arrive we are going to put everything together. But meanwhile we do have some stuff we want to finish, some things on our agenda list. The first one of those will be to put everything in the ribcage of the robot, so that will be the PC. I am gonna disconnect everything. Yeah, so this is the PC, and this PC has the correct architecture. We tried doing this with Raspberry Pi, but we had to build custom libraries for that, and it was gonna take a lot of time. So this is the PC they recommend in their documentation, and we ordered this PC, and we are going to be fitting this PC in the belly of the robot, around somewhere around this area. So it's going to be sitting in here nicely, and all the cables and everything for the PC is going to be accessible. The second thing we are going to do, we have already done actually, which is we have this battery over here, and we are going to make room for this battery, because this is not the official battery they recommended to use with this robot, but we're going to be testing this robot using this battery, so we're going to make some sort of room for this battery to wiggle in there. The third thing we are going to do today is we are going to fix this messy wiring. So you can see there are wires flying around all over the robot, and we are gonna try to fix this today. We are gonna try and make some sort of good compromise between the looks of the robot and the wiring between all these components, which is really necessary. So we are gonna try to make them a bit prettier. Yeah, so I think during this live stream you'll be able to see us very rapidly disassemble all of this that has been put together, and then assemble it back again. And because we want to put the PC in there in the chest area of the robot, as well as we want to change the orientation of the hands a little bit, because currently they're not in the right orientation. And once we do that, after that we have a ton of work to do with wiring and just wire management, and attaching the CAN USBs together in parallel, as well as the power cables together. So after disassembling and assembling the robot back, we're going to be focusing on the wiring part. So I think with that being said, we have sort of explain the agenda for today's live stream. So what we are going to do now is, I think we're going to start by disassembling the hands of the robot and just putting them to a side. Yeah, for now, yes. Yeah, for now. And then we are going to fit in the PC and everything in the belly of the robot. So yeah, let's start by doing that. Yes. I think we can use the automatic tool, or maybe we can just use the simple screw to do that. So I am gonna now, okay, we are gonna move in this frame. Let me move the chairs out of the way. Yeah, before, when we were assembling these two hands, connecting them together with the central part of the body, we did not have the right aluminium 90-degree connections. So we used alternative connections. Now they were also perfect. There was not, it's not too big of a difference, but now while we're at it, while we're disassembling and assembling this again, we can use the proper connections this time. Yep, so we did a little bit of DIY with this stuff, and it's not recommended to do, but if you've been following these live streams, you know we were in a real hurry with in terms of building this project, and that's why we had to do all this stuff. And on I don't think joining it this way around will make too much of a difference as well in terms of this robot moving around or training policies or anything like that. But the closer it is to the actual documentation from Berkeley team, the better you'll be. Yep. So now I am gonna try and move in there and one hand came off. I'm just gonna put this on the side, but before I put this on the side, let me display it for the camera over here. This is one arm of the robot. It's supposed to be like this. Yeah, so the thing they mentioned in terms of viewers falling off over like days, if you don't do live streams every single day, it really seems to be true. Like in terms of how the viewers, if you have a really consistent schedule, they're always expecting a live stream during that time of the day. But once you start falling off in terms of that schedule, either because in our case we were really busy, but for whatever reason the views on your live streams, they tend to really fall off a cliff. And it's from our experience, it was exactly the same in case of when we were doing when we used to watch the live streams from EM Boys. Yeah, we have a viewer here on Twitch. Hey viewer, let us know where you're watching this live stream and let us know if you are interested in this robot or not, because I would assume in terms of Twitch this is a really bland live stream. Yeah, Twitch is more so like the only live streams we've seen on Twitch, of course, are related to gaming or yeah, and there's always some sort of drama going on Twitch side as well. Always. Imagine we were to create drama with this robot. This robot got blasted out of a window, or maybe we can. Yeah, we should try and make some sort of reality TV show with this robot. So, okay, maybe we can show this in the stream as well. So this is the other hand of the robot we have taken aside. We have disassembled this, and what we need to do with this, I'm gonna put these screws over here. So with this hand, what we are gonna do is we are gonna fix this messy wiring. By the way, is it possible to have a color graded view on a live stream? Yeah, I mean it should be possible, depending upon but you'll have to install some sort of camera, default camera app that can like preview color graded video or footage or something like that. You'll have to, yeah, it depends on the camera, but whatever a camera is able to output, you're able to capture that here in OBS. No, the camera cannot. Yeah, in our case we are using OBS for putting up this live stream. So here we now have the skeleton of the robot. It looks like no, I don't wanna say that on live stream, but yeah, it looks like something. So now we only have the ribcage of the robot and a single leg of the robot, and we are gonna start disassembling the ribcage of the robot, and we're gonna put the PC and all the required components in there. I think that would be a good time to also make the connections for the microcontroller. Or do you know the IMU and everything. So yeah, now would be a good time to do that as well.
Just a second, let me grab some images.
Guys that are tuning in our live stream, let us know where you are from, and yeah, let us know if you're interested in robotics, IoT, or any sort of projects like this, or if you're just interested in drama like Twitch streamers usually are, and if we should be making some sort of reality TV show or some crazy stuff with this robot.
This looks like a kangaroo or frog, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. So right now,
This looks like the fridge robot.
the fridge.
The
robot.
Reg.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Reg pops in here sometime, we're
Yeah,
gonna
we're
yeah,
gonna
this
do
is
the
gonna be the
fridge.
fridge robot, the Berkeley team
By the
made.
way, I am a little bit tempted to attach the lower leg even with the wrong actuator.
But
For now, but disassembly and assembly would be like 10 to 15 minutes job. It's just one actuator word changing.
once we have everything in the body put together and the arms attached, then maybe we can think of doing that. Otherwise, there's no point to putting the
Just to
the
have
other
like-
leg together.
Just to have a couple of good shots of fully assembled robot with good one.
Okay, yeah, I think we can do that. Yeah. It's
good-
not gonna take that long. Like I know the process of putting the leg inside out. Now it's
good colored images with good images of fully assembled robot with good color grading would do really well on social media platforms as well as on the website.
okay.
There's tons of work to do. I have some ideas to revamp the website as well, which
Yeah,
I thought about.
Okay, so what we are gonna do now is we are gonna proceed to opening up the ribcage of the robot. Yeah, I never thought we were gonna do a disassembly live stream, but today is one of those days.
Yeah.
So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna hold to the lower body of the robot so it does not fall off when you disassemble everything.
How is the lower body attached from here? Okay.
It's just these 4 screws holding
Yeah.
it together.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
4, and we
So-
need to put everything in there. I think we can. I think we can just remove these and we can put it on a chair.
No. Keep it this way for the live stream, I guess.
But how are you gonna put everything in there, like the PC
We're
and
gonna,
everything?
one of us is gonna hold the lower part like this, and the other one can separate these out, put the thing in between,
Mm-hmm.
and we just have to loosen this. I don't think we have to fully open this. Just loosen this so it can slide a little bit.
Okay, let's try and
Try-
do
try
that. I think let's make the angle this way around, and you can grab your coffee, put it to so you can hold it from wherever. Is this even the right L key? Yeah, this is the right L key. So I'm gonna open it now. We also need to insert the hex, the T-nuts. So I think we would need 4 T-nuts for 4 or maybe 8. So to get a hold of these things, I think the best idea is to put it on a chair or something.
All right.
Just so it is easier to. Okay, so you can, yeah. I'm just gonna hold it this way, and you can cut all of these. Yeah, there you go. Just cut it from this edge. And then we were gonna readjust the camera angle so the robot is in view after that. Yeah, because we're done with the exam today, I'll also be able to make the assembly video for the leg as well. So the WOD that we're making, documenting this process. So that video will probably go live on my channel sometime next week, most probably Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, towards the beginning of the week sometime.
I think you can put this down now.
No, it's okay. It's not that heavy. But let's just move this to a side now and try placing this robot the right way around on the table. How are we gonna place this thing over here? Yeah, this is one of those times where having two legs would have really helped balancing in terms of balancing this robot. But let's try and put it all the way down.
Maybe like this.
Like this. Oh wow, it looks really sick sitting this way around.
Yeah.
And let's keep it in the center so we can move around each way, and then I'm gonna try adjust the.
Let me just grab one image like this.
Yeah, it does look really sick sitting on a chair like this. So yeah, now we are gonna try and we're gonna put the PC and everything in there. So I am gonna move in frame now slightly like this, and then we are gonna we're gonna get to disassembling this robot.
By the way, this also gave us an idea about disassembling the robot. It was just a couple of minutes worth of job.
Yep, so just we're gonna remove this part.
Really simple.
And we are using M3X what to put this together? 3X15 I think.
Three. Where? From where?
Here.
No. There's no way they're 15.
What are we gonna use to put this together? I mean, it's gonna depend. I'm gonna try a bunch of different screws, and because it really depends on the size of the 3D printed part. Yeah, I think M3X15 is gonna be good. So I'm gonna gather 4 more of these from here.
You know what? After this disassembly, once we have closed, one part just fell off. One small little part just fell off. I think after this live stream, once we have disassembled and assembled it, once we're finished with today's sprint, I think we'll set up a timer and finish that YouTube script we made today, along with its planning as much as we'll just set up a timer and first ensure that
I'm all for it.
And yes, we'll sleep after that, not before.
Yes, instead of moving on to the leg, we can just focus on that. We can give that thing more time.
Yeah.
But moving forward, we are planning something different for our YouTube channel in general, the type of content we're going to be uploading. And it's going to be a fresh change of pace, and I hope you guys like that. And yeah, we'll be looking for some feedback on that as well. I think it's gonna do that kind of content is gonna do well overall because there's
I
always
think-
gonna be
Yeah,
yeah you just yeah so
yeah.
a
I
little
think,
bit like
all
this.
right, I'll just change the direction. I think it is going to do well. 100%. There's always an audience, but the important thing is the pace, the number of videos that
Yes,
go out,
yes.
the number of ideas, and occasional.
Because even in those sort of videos, no matter whatever pace you're uploading them on, it takes quite a while for one video to like get indexed in the algorithm. Especially now that we have indexed our YouTube channel so well in terms of just AI and comfy UI and stuff like that. It's indexed really well in that regard. So it's gonna take a lot of videos and a lot of volume to change that.
Okay, so they are loose now. We can bring in the parts.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna grab one from here. Or two from here.
Just 1 second, 1 second. Let me insert this one small screw in there, and then I'm gonna change the direction of the seat, and we can start putting this in. Like
Yeah,
this.
so first I think you'll have to remove this.
Like this, okay.
Yes, and just remove this so we can put those M3X whatever T-nuts in there. I think the size, the extrusion for these screws is really small, and I don't know if this. Okay, now it's fine. Now it's fine. Yeah. Can you grab the screw that just fell off? I think it went somewhere in around this area. So I have a really cool idea in terms of like putting this in there without any fail. So we're just that's what I'm trying to avoid. And what we can do is we can just attach the T-nuts in here on both of these screws, and then we can slide it in from the bottom side. That's gonna be easier to put together. So where are the M3? They are here. It's so good to have access to all of these stuff in the lab. And it really sucks when you have to wait for components to ship from overseas, and when it takes multiple days for components to arrive. It always sucks. I think we are a bit short on these screws as well, M3X15, so I'm gonna have to look for them properly in the lab. We need at least 4 more of these to put all of this together. I think after December when we go back, the setup is gonna become way better. We are definitely gonna have a bird cam for sure.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
always gonna be pointed towards that thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? Whenever we're not live, or when we're not actively doing the live streams, we can have a stream going live on monochrome parrot like 24/7, or maybe and it's always gonna be pointed at that things, the parrot's cage.
Yeah. Be done.
And yeah, we can just have some sort of lo-fi music playing in the background. And the funny thing is that parrot also has a YouTube channel, so it's gonna be a dual live stream on
Oh
yeah, we had a YouTube channel made for our parrot, so it's gonna be a live stream, dual live stream on both Instagram and we're gonna give it a shout out here on our channel as well. So if people are interested in parrot, we have the most prettiest parrot in the world, and we're gonna be. She has her own Instagram and YouTube channel, and we're gonna be doing some live streams on there as well later in the year.
Okay.
So yes, I'm looking for more M3X15 screws, but before that, let's put it together. So yeah, we only have YouTube. In terms of like live stream views, YouTube is really cooked today, and Twitch is always going to be cooked. Like it's our second live stream on Twitch today. If by tomorrow night here Tokyo time, if we don't have the remaining motor controllers, we are going to be working. Yeah, we're going to be working on this robot off live stream, but I might do a drawing live stream tomorrow night if we don't get a hold of these components. And once I do that drawing live stream, the YouTube algorithm is gonna get really confused. It's gonna be like, what is this channel all about? And I think that's really gonna start breaking down the channel in these three categories, which is gonna be robotics, drawing, and a little bit of traveling maybe, but not too much. But it's overall gonna be creative, and robotics and everything, these projects are just gonna be a part of that creative process, and we are still gonna be documenting these robotics projects and everything, but we are gonna start bringing in a lot of the other stuff as well, like 3D design, 3D CADing for these robots, and also Blender and 2D drawings and illustrations, that sort of stuff as well. Today is a really slow kind of day in terms of life.
Yeah, but
right?
it's all good. It's all good, and it's kind of chill life today.
Yep. On Twitch, I think the category for our live stream should have been, instead of programming, it should have been like co-working and that sort of niche. So from the next live streams, I'm gonna try adjusting those settings, and I'm gonna try to rank it in one of those co-working live streams. Okay, so this part is ready, and Ali, I think we can put it in there.
Yeah, just a second. I am scheduling one.
After this live stream, we're gonna work on that script for our next YouTube video, just because it's the more difficult thing to do, just because it's the thing that requires more, I would say, pushing through or more creativity to make. And after that, for the monochrome parrot channel, I'm gonna schedule every single video for that bird I have, every single, over the next like 30-40 days. But before doing that, we are gonna work on the next short video for our YouTube channel. It's gonna be like a vlog or sort of something like that, but it's not gonna be exactly a vlog. It's gonna be something special. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it.
Yeah, what do you want to put together? Okay, this part.
Yeah. It's just a bit difficult to get them in there. Get it in there on both sides, and then we can just fasten them.
Just a second. Just a second. This.
They're in there.
From one side.
Okay, so let me bring. Oh,
It's not that difficult. Just first initial ones. Bring that one in a little bit more. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now the second ones. Just a second. They're sort of loosely going in.
you can fasten
Just
all of these things and stuff single-handedly as well. It's not a two-person job, but just because we have two people working on the project, it becomes a little bit easier, but it's still manageable if you're working on this project solo.
yeah, rotate this part a little bit. Rotate it downward. Yep. Now.
Okay, it's almost in there. Did something happen between US or in Venezuela over the last few days?
I don't know.
Okay, so the guy that I showed you about, he was just like yapping. In that case, like,
Could be. I did not watch the all the way through.
okay, but yeah, but a lot of people are like thinking something is gonna happen soon, especially the people on the left. They are really pushing the narrative.
We do not want this to be.
I'm not like tightening it a lot. So after that, if we want to move it, we will have the
Yeah, we want to make sure it's horizontal.
you can apply a lot of force and even move it even while it's fastened, but once we attach the other unit and we place the PC on it, they are gonna correct themselves, and we're gonna loosen the screws at that point, and we're gonna make it horizontal after that. Why is it not working? Okay, this one is fixed now. Lastly, this one. Okay, it's almost done as well. About the height of this unit, we are gonna have a look at it, and we're gonna fix that later on. But
Now.
yeah, now we just want to do the same with the part on the back, and let's just remove it all together. No, let's just lift this
Yeah.
up.
We can.
So this part is still okay. Maybe we can. No. I think we're gonna have to. Okay, it's done. Yeah, let's do the upper part. It's really clanky.
Pretty solid piece.
Yep. Yep. So the robot, it's like,
Elky, can you?
where is
Here, I found it.
yeah. So the robot is just like stripped all the way at this point, and it's pretty bare bones. But we're gonna put it together really soon. So right now we are making room for PC and all the components, and once you fasten the once we attach both of the modules, I'm gonna bring it closer to the camera and record a video for the VOD we're gonna be making on later after this live stream. Yeah, so it's been a while since I followed up with the VODs and the summarized versions of these live streams I'm making. We were really busy, but now I have some time on my hand, so I'm gonna be making those VODs as well. And yeah, I know I promised this a few live streams ago, but I'm gonna make a playlist really soon, and I'm gonna put all the videos, the summarized versions of these live streams and the videos regarding building this robot. I'm gonna put them together in a live stream on my channel, so it's gonna be a separate live stream of its own. And moving on, we're definitely gonna have a lot more type of content coming out on the channel as well. So having a live stream, a dedicated playlist, sorry, for these kinds of projects, it's gonna be really helpful. So I'm just gonna look for M3X15 screws now in the lab, because we are running out of them, and I really hope we do have more of them in the lab. Nope. It's Sunday today, right?
Yeah. It was Sunday, but it just after 12 a.m. it's Monday now.
Yeah. I think tomorrow, if we don't have to go somewhere during the day, which will probably
We might need to go.
we might need to go. But after that, over the week, I think we can try doing these live streams during the daytime here as well.
Where's the part?
Yeah, it's here. It's here. Yeah, let's try doing these live streams during the day and night time. So I think let's try and push for 2 live streams per day, maybe 3 or 4 hour session. And I'm gonna be really interested in the analytics for the week. Once we're done with the week, and yeah, let's see which time the more of the audience for the channel is live.
Okay, we can maybe. I think you put one of them in the opposite direction. And open this one. Placed correctly. So we're gonna be targeting a work with me / study with me category with the live streams, right?
Yep, I think I am gonna be making animations and drawings on there as well. Otherwise, if we have some software stuff,
As well as just
to do.
in general planning for the YouTube videos.
Yeah. So the thing is, with the type of videos we are gonna have planned, like the vlog / creative videos, we're gonna be making For those, we will definitely be making some animations as well. Some, let's say, maximum 5-second animations, and I'm gonna try and make all of those animations on live stream as well, just so people interested in animation, drawing, or creativity in general, just so they can also tune into those live streams. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes with that. Because assuming what the algorithm, what idea algorithm has in mind for the channel is one thing, and getting like results or seeing the analytics after we do these kinds of live stream chats another thing. Can you give me the plus screwdriver for this? Yep. You can use this one. So, like I mentioned, I think we are running short on the M3X15 screws, and we really needed those to put the hand together. Though I really doubt we didn't have those screws in the lab. I'm pretty certain we M3X what? 15. Yeah, we do have them. Here. In this bag. M3X15.
Yeah.
I was looking all around the lab in search of these. So, a small segue for new material for our lab. We've gathered just some bells and whistles you need to have in your lab to be able to put these projects together in a really hurry. So we were running out of M3X20, so we ordered few of these. So these are all M3X20 screws, so I'm gonna be refilling that bucket. And we just ran out of M3X15, and thankfully we had ordered them as well, which I had no idea about. But yeah, thankfully we just about time we were running out of those. That order came in handy. Order came in with a clutch. So let's open this and refill this bucket. So we have a few of these over here, and then I have another packet to unbox, and hopefully these are gonna be enough to last us through this project, because yeah, material has been a really big issue throughout this project. If you've been watching these live streams, you've probably heard us whine about this multiple times.
Yeah, while we're at it, let's just take apart these ones and put them correctly as well.
Which ones?
These ones.
Yes. So we do need to open them.
Do it one by one.
Are you gonna open it by using that one?
You can pick.
This one might be like a better option. Or no. The easiest option is gonna be the bigger plier. Where's the bigger plier?
I think I placed it somewhere.
Screwdriver.
Here, I found it.
Yeah. It's really convenient. The angle for the live stream right now is really weird. It's just my groin area, and I'm just walking around. I'm just gathering materials. So let's bring this boy back in, because the focus is on this thing. Just ignore me walking around in the live stream. Focus on this little guy over here. Dude, if we can get that one motor controller working anyway, tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, we can even take this thing out in the park. It would be we'd be able to get such a dope footage of this out in the park, just walking around and moving around. Hey guys, if you are watching this live stream, let us know where you're from, and let us know if you've worked on any robotics or IoT or any sort of tech project in general, or if you're just into gaming, anime, or anything like that.
Pick this as well.
Let us know. We are getting some views every now and then on Twitch, but I'm not sure if you are bot. Yep, I'm talking to you. You there. It's probably bot views. So the first few days on Twitch, it's generally like this. The thing with live streaming is you can't just wing it like this. So you generally have to be active at the same time every day.
I think.
I think we
One more suggestion for our live stream. The next time we need to have a camera from top down as well as at this angle, so that way when I'm working on this stuff, we can just use the top down one. I can go over there and we'll have a proper studio
that
setup
would be really.
in a while.
Yeah, it's just gonna take a few hours of work, and we are gonna have to buy a new camera as well. We might have some cameras, Logitech cameras lying around here in the workshop as well, but if somewhere in the scrap section we might have some old cameras lying around, but we're gonna have to look at it. It's like it's gonna take a few hours, so yeah, we're gonna do it one of these days. M3X15, so thankfully we do have some of these. Yep, so I heard this thing about Twitch where they say your follower number on Twitch, the people who are following your account, is over bloated, and Twitch has this really huge problem with bots following accounts and then unfollowing and doing stuff like that, nefarious activity. But Twitch removes them every now and then, so people generally say when you are live streaming for the first like 30 or 60 days, you cannot rely on the follower number, because it's probably gonna change. Twitch is gonna remove a lot of the bot followers from your account, and it tends to change. And I think the views we are getting are probably there. So every now and then the views, they jump up to 2 or 3, but then they get removed right then and there, and after a while they just come back like clockwork. And I think those are bot views, and after a while Twitch algorithm, it recognizes they are bots, it removes them, and they just come right back. So we have found the M3X15 screws that we were short on as well. I think project wise and material wise, we are pretty much done with everything in terms of this robot. Ali, I think tomorrow or the day after tomorrow we can do a live stream only putting together the arms or the grippers of this robot, or we can at least attempt to do that, because they are totally different from what's recommended.
I think we can do them off live stream as well. But
Yes, these are really few, but we don't need a lot of these for the project now. The project is almost done, but yeah, we're gonna have to refill them sometime. Okay, I'm gonna put it back up there.
And How does it go with this one?
Yeah, just attach it, and then I'm gonna bring it in the camera, and I'm gonna make a, for the award, I'm gonna make a recorded video.
Can you pass one more of this?
What?
It's 90-degree aluminum material.
Do we not have?
I don't.
Yes, so you can eat. Here you go. One more?
No. The black
Okay.
threads that
Okay.
go inside. 2 of them.
Okay. So what I think I can do meanwhile is, where's the arm of the robot? Okay, it's all the way over there. I can start cutting some wires, and I can maybe start putting the vacuum connectors together. Or maybe, just a second, let me do a continuity test on the other arm where I attach the vacuum connectors.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna be done with these soon.
Yeah, the multimeter we ordered from Temu, it's gonna be arriving soon as well, I hope. Yeah, these kinds of slow live streams are gonna be really interesting and cool when I'm doing the animation or drawing. Yeah, these Vago connectors, they're pretty cool. They're pretty solid. They're pretty well put together, and I'm gonna. Can I start doing that on the other arm meanwhile? Or do we have to like put everything together?
I guess let's put everything together first and then start doing that. Because I'm almost done with this.
Alright.
Just putting up the. I'm just attaching the final part.
Yep, so I think in terms of putting everything together, we can make a lot of progress, because it's just around 12:30.
No way.
It's really early in the night, and if we can, let's see how far the live stream goes. If we can do it for up till like 4 a.m. in the morning, we're gonna move a lot further with this project in terms of connections. And yeah, I think we, by the end of this live stream, I think we can also make all the CAN connections short with each other. Yep. We have 3 viewers watching us on Twitch. Let us know where you're from, guys, and how's the weather over there, and if you are working on any interesting projects, or if you have any question regarding this project, feel free to ask them in the chat. I am gonna need some sort of chair or something to sit next to the robot, because it looks really weird when I'm just standing next to the robot. So, yeah, I have a chair over here now. my head is still cut up in the live stream. So this is the motor controller once again. That I don't know what the exact issue with this thing is, but it's not working. We might have cooked it during soldering, but I really doubt that that's what happened. But we're gonna spend some time trying to troubleshoot the issue. So this one is having issue connecting with the via USB to the PC, and the other motor controller that's not working. This one is having issue with an onboard user LED, and we can address that LED using software or using code, but yeah, the LED is not working and we still have to figure out what's the problem exactly. We have to troubleshoot this thing. Yeah, I think the bitrate in terms of Twitch is really messed up, and I think Twitch video does not turn into VOD after ending the live stream. So yeah, we won't be able to see if the live stream quality is good or not. We're only the only way we're gonna know that is if a chatter tells us, which is gonna happen sometime soon, most probably sometime soon. Just I'm gonna move it out of the way.
Yeah, that's the final use.
I think in terms of the very first animation, the video, it's just gonna be an introductory video, and it's just gonna be like another video like all the other videos we make. But I think it would be a really good idea to put animation in there, and I think we can use the animation I've already made, the one with Mukhi flying in the space. We can add that somehow. We can put some sort of script regarding that in there, and we can add it in there. It's gonna look really sick with an anime section or an anime segue in the vlog or in the video, and then we can just I think we do have a lot of footage from Mount Oyama, the footage of fall and everything. So yeah, the script can go there as well. We do have a lot of footage from all the places we've traveled over the last year. So yeah, I'm really excited on working on that video, and it's gonna come out sometime this week or the next week, but it's gonna be sort of a 1,000 subscriber celebration video. We are gonna hit that really soon, and yeah, I'm really grateful for it, and I'm really glad for it. But 1,008 yeah, I just thought of making a video regarding the 1,000 subscriber mark a few hours ago. I didn't. Yeah, it's a decent milestone. Like if you take percentage of channels that are active on YouTube and the percentage of channels that are over 1,000 subscriber mark, it's some really crazy number. Even 1,000 subscriber is a really big milestone.
1 point something does have a very good look.
Yep. Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna be moving really fast after this, and yeah, we're aiming for that 1 lakh subscriber mark, and we're gonna try to get there as fast as we can, and we have some really cool content planned for that, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we're gonna ramp up the pace after this, and we're gonna try to do it as soon as possible. So let me try, and once this train passes by, let me try and record a video for the VOD, for the summarized version of this live stream, how we are gonna attach the rib cage of the robot. Yeah, I think the train has passed by, so this is the PC holder. inside the ribcage of the robot.
Extremely beautiful assembly. Once again, the hardware, the good thing, the fun thing about the hardware projects is once they come together, they look really beautiful. Once they're robust and they're attached together, I think that there's this slight gap. We at this stage we want to make sure we cover all of them. Just quickly, just open this up, push
Yeah,
this
yeah,
to the
you
down.
you can do that.
Just quickly open it up and push it. This one as well. Does this one have gap?
Yep, it has.
I think it naturally appears when I tighten too much, or I don't know why.
No, it's not
exactly.
supposed to be there. Like aluminum profiles, they can sit in pretty flush with each other. I'm sure we will be able to remove this gap once I remove. I'm just gonna write a little bit over here. Do we have a plan to go somewhere early tomorrow? Like,
Not yet, but there might be.
so let me go ahead and check myself. Ali, we do have a message back. What time is good for you? 2-ish. Yes, works. And yeah, this place, Shinjuku. Yeah. We might also have to go to the place with the really nice coffee. That's, I think, quite a ways away from Shinjuku.
We'll just grab coffee from somewhere close then.
No, I think it depends on the time we're gonna be spending together. It really depends on that. So I think what's keeping it from going all the way down is this motor holder that's preventing it to. They're stopping it going all the way down there. There's one of them is. So what we can no, I think, yep, that's gonna be an issue, right? If the aluminum, it's a really good idea to put this on table and fasten everything there. Demone. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to unscrew this one as well. Unfortunately, it's gonna take some time, but there's a intro. Okay, now it's probably sitting flush in there.
Servo motor. Servo.
I think if we make a plan, we should be able to do a hike next weekend. We might really try that as well. Yeah, it will depend a lot on the amount of content we're able to push out, and if we can push out a lot of content, we can look for some hiking or football or something like that. Yeah, but we do have a bit more time on our hand this week, so we should be able to put out a lot of content. Once this robot is assembled, I want to grab some really good images of this one. I think we can assemble the leg just for the sake of our images. If you want to, it's not gonna take. I would say 40 to 45 minutes. It's gonna take that much probably. Yeah. I think we should have DSLR out in general. Yeah, so it's so unfortunate that we cannot use the camera we have right now, the DSLR, wirelessly. I think there is some sort of paired software that fixes that issue, but I'm not sure, and it's not any official app from Canon or anything like that, which is really messed up. Do we have SD card in there in the camera?
I think so, yes.
Okay, cool. I'm almost done with putting these aluminum profiles together, and
there's a huge difference in quality, obviously, with using DSLR versus just the iPhone.
Yeah, especially if you use the raw one. There's just a lot more information density, and you really get to see it when you start editing your pictures or your videos, even when you start color grading them more specifically in DaVinci Resolve or LumaFusion. Okay, so I'm gonna record a segment for the VOD. So I'm gonna go Vlogger/VOD mode for a second. Okay, so this is how you guys can. Okay, so this is how you're gonna put together the legs of the robot. So here I have one leg of the robot assembled, and we need to attach two aluminum profiles over here. So one over here and then one over here, and we have this aluminum profile channel in between that I have attached together using these the inner brackets. And after that you're gonna wanna grab this 3D printed part, and I have attached it in there by using two nuts. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna place the T-nuts for the aluminum profile in there, and then you're simply gonna screw this part in place. Once we have these aluminum profiles in place, we are gonna assemble the ribcage of the robot. Okay, so I'm gonna put this to the side, and I'm gonna record the other segment, which is the ribcage of the robot. Yeah, it's difficult to manage it once we have.
Yeah. From the top, it's not exactly the same.
We can fix that by a little bit of hammering. Okay, so this is the ribcage of the robot, and it will go on top of the body like this. So these aluminum profile joints that we have made, we're gonna put it like so on top over here. But moving to specifically how we can attach the ribcage, we have an H pattern over here, and we have 4 aluminum profiles coming down from it, and then we have attached these 3D printed part by using T-nuts and M3X15 screws. So this is how these parts are put together, and these parts are gonna be holding our PC together. So we are gonna put the PC in the rib cage like so. We are gonna place it over here, and then the battery is gonna go over here, and then we are gonna attach it on top here using these.
Can you show the PC? Are there yes, there are screws that can go in here.
Only 2 screws, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the 2 must be 2 are like decent enough.
Yeah, let's just screw them in. So
Yeah, let's just
this
screw the
part is
PC in.
also-
Yeah.
This part is also fixed.
So I got a comment. Let me bring this close together. So I got a comment from a bot on Twitch that said best viewers, and I'm gonna not mention the website, they're just plugging in their random website. Thank you so much, bot, for commenting this live stream. You're the second chatter on our Twitch live stream. We're building a bot here as well. If you wanna be buddies with the bot, let us know. Send a friend request over the internet or over the ether to this bot that we're building, and you guys are gonna be buddies, I'm pretty sure.
Yet these ones do not fit with each other.
Okay, yeah, so these are not made for each other.
Yeah.
I think I might have a hunch how it's gonna be attached together. So let me try and find another part.
Where does this one go?
Yeah, this is like this one goes over here, and it's gonna have the voltmeter and those that stuff put over here. But
This like what's this?
no, I'm not sure what this is. I was just like bringing it in.
So anyways, place it back over there.
How are we gonna put fasten it on
Just,
here?
just
Like I just
we're
want.
just gonna put it on
No
top of
man,
it.
the robot is gonna be jumping around. So there. We wanna figure out what is the actual method they have used to put it in there or fasten it in there. It's not even like. Yep. Now it's a bit. Yeah. Now it's a little bit flat. So let me try and have a look. So one way would be to just like pass screws through here and fasten them using a nut, and so it gets locked in its place. That would be a really wild way to do it, but
no,
it
no,
is.
no, no, you do not want to do that.
No, it is one way to do it, and it's not like that damaging to the body of the robot. But yeah, let me try and figure out how they have done this. So I'm gonna put this big boy up once again like this, so it can.
I think let's start the wiring part.
Just give me a second. The wiring part. No, I think we can do that once the whole body is put together and this thing is hanging from this section.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
be
we're
careful of the controller.
Yeah, we're probably gonna be doing this for a few hours. This live stream, I think so. So it's gonna be better if this thing is hanging that way. So give me a second. Can I have a look at the PC? Can you pass me the PC, Ali?
Yep. Here you go.
Yeah, so they're also using a lot of zip ties here. Sort of put this thing together. Interesting. The PC I am looking at, it's a totally different thing. Yep.
With zip ties?
No, this PC that we are looking at,
It's the same. Exact same.
No, look at the HDMI ports. They're totally different. The position of those and even these vents, look at them. Here we have a totally different sort of vents.
I think it's a different version.
Yep, it's a different version. That's what I'm trying to say. If we don't, that version might have the alignment of these fuses off. So we can fix it pretty easily. By the way,
Custom 3D.
We're just gonna drill holes where these two align.
No. They're too short for these holes. They don't align anywhere. Those parts.
Okay. So then, yeah,
we can easily custom print a 3D.
Yeah, we can. Part. Yeah, we're gonna have to custom print a part. That's exactly what we're gonna do. So right now we can just put it on there by using double side tape or something.
No,
like that.
Don't do. Right now, let's not do that. We can very quickly measure the distance of this and just have a part ready within 10 minutes. We'll do that later. Right now, this because we're not running a policy, we don't need to fix it on top of that. Just keep it aside.
Yep. Okay. So what's gonna be the next step then?
Wiring or assembling it and wiring, or without assembling it wiring. So do you wanna take care of the wires without assembling? Maybe.
Yeah, I think a good idea would be to whatever part we make for putting the PC on there. Let's put that STL out there as well, like in the Discord.
I'll put the.
Once I make the STL in Fusion or something like that. So
do we wanna start the wiring, because that's the next major step. Once we have attached the arms, or without attaching?
After attaching the arm and it's hanging down, wiring is a pretty boring task, so it's better to do while the robot is hanging down.
Okay, in that case,
in that we're gonna have to put this back together.
In that case, pick up a hammer, just align this loosely. Correctly.
Yes, let me do that.
And then we'll attach the side parts as well.
Can you mute the mic? Okay, sorry for the loud noise, guys. We were
now
hammering the aluminum profiles together.
There's two more aluminum profiles that go over here. Where are they? There's
one of them is here, so we need to replace these with the inner brackets.
My God.
Yeah, just let it fall. Whatever stuff, we're gonna clean it up later on.
So just keep them over here so that they're easy. And later on, it's easier for us as well. Where's the?
Just move it a little bit more inside the frame, because the angle, it looks really weird. Yeah, now it looks much better. Now it's like a robot is laying down or something. A robot fridge is laying down.
Fridge
robot. Mr. Fridge. Yeah. On other side of online live streaming world, I think the Hassan Abbey drama really has kind of it has died down a bit, but Yeah, Twitch always have some. Now there's some really fresh drama with Emiru and stuff like that. Twitch always has some like really weird, crazy drama going on, and all the YouTubers and commentary channels, they jump on that idea. So they're always cooking something over there, and it's always something wild, something like that really gets the attention of the internet, really gets people riled up for the cause. We've gotten a like on the YouTube live stream. Thank you so much to whoever dropped the like, and let us know where you're from, and if you want to ask any questions about the robot, or why the robot is laying down like this, why it looks like a fridge instead of the one we have attached on the image over here. Yeah, instead of this, why it's looking like a fridge. Yeah, we're building a portable refrigerator. That's the idea we're pitching to the investors. So, all those live streamers, they have small fridges in the background with Red Bull and their whatever, like different caffeinated beverages they're selling. Their fridges are always full. We're gonna have a robotic version of that fridge with the beverage of our choice or our sponsored beverages in there. It's gonna be walking around. Imagine that. That can be a really cool product though. Let me propose a product for the streaming world. Whenever they're doing live streams, like for example Kai Kent or iShowSpeed or whatever, Hassan Abi, they're doing live streams and their fridge is walking in the background, back and forth in the room. Yeah. And every now and then the fridge moves up to the live streamers. It offers them their fuel, whatever fuel company they're sponsored with. That can be a really cool looking product.
Yeah. Sponsored.
I think we can easily make one and put it in our live streams.
Yeah,
it's gonna look so cool.
Yeah, 100%. It's just hanging around in the back with some posters.
So how many actuators do we need for the lower body?
12 actuators.
12 actuators.
12 actuators and 12.
Chat, I think that's possible. I think 12 actuators for a fridge robot is possible for our live stream. Reg just came in the chat. Hey, hello guys. Hey Reg, how are you doing? Hope your weekend is going good. We're already in Monday at this time of the night, so we've got those Monday blues going on. But hope you're enjoying your weekend. What time is it gonna be in there in the west? It's gonna be, I think, around 12, somewhere around 12 p.m. So yeah, you have around 12 hours to enjoy
making the chest area assembly for placing PC and all the components, attaching the arms and whatnot.
I just woke up.
Wow.
Guys,
that's too late, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's Sunday, man. Come on.
Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, Sundays. We also like to take our time with the sleep. Like whatever sleep deprived state we end up in on Saturday, we tend really look forward to that Sunday sleep every week. So Reg, a little bit of background why this fridge is laying down like this. It's such a weird angle. Ali, this angle looks like Yamcha from Dragon Ball Z. You know the angle everyone takes a jab at?
No, I don't remember.
You probably know about it. The really famous Yamcha meme when Yamcha gets attacked and he's laying down like this in
might have seen it.
I think I'm not gonna build this robot. Do you know why? Most probably because of the shape and because of how weird it looks laying down. Yeah, this Reg, when you mentioned this looks like a fridge, I can't unsee it.
Yeah, we
Yeah, it when we discussed about the fridge thing, it has really the idea has really grown on to me. I just might make a fridge robot in the future, and during the live stream or during videos, we might have that fridge walking around in the background. I think it will look really cute and really cool.
What could be some of the pros of a fridge robot? A moving fridge.
I mean, it's just a really entertaining to watch. Like you know how Hassan uses his dog as a prop. We're gonna use this fridge in the background. They make a robot for around 1K. I'm not sure what company or what team or corporation you're talking about, but a robot like this for 1K, that's really interesting.
Within China or what?
Yeah, Red just mentioned something about making a robot like this in 1K. Check the video. What company or firm you're talking about, Reg, that makes this robot for 1K? I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah, it's so interesting whenever we talk these days when we type humanoid robot or whatever in YouTube, there is so much material compared to a few years ago. It's really cool to see how fast this space is evolving. In one live stream, Kai Kent had a humanoid robot walking around in the stream, and they really tested the limits of that robot. They kicked it around in the room. They messed around with that robot a lot. I've not seen the entire live stream, but I'll be really excited to see how they interact with the robot, because they do some really degenerate stuff with whatever prop or stuff they have in their live streams. Yeah, did Reg mention who? Just for the motor, 1K is very cheap. I could buy two and disassemble it and create my own robot. So once again, Reg, I'm not sure which robot you're talking about. I don't have context of what robot we're talking about. If I'm guessing correctly, what you're trying to say is you can just buy the motors and then disassemble. Oh, okay. 1K is very cheap. Unitree H2, I think. So this 1400 humanoid robot just shocked the world. Optimus Unity. No, it's probably some random sensationalized video. Probably, yeah. Yeah. But it's really crazy to see how we're talking about humanoid robots now, even for 6K, 5K, and now Reg is mentioning something about a 1K robot. Yeah, wild times to be in this humanoid market. Ali, let me show you the Yamcha meme. Meanwhile, dude, that's Ali. I'm talking about this meme. It's such
I've never seen this one.
no. It's such an iconic meme. So whenever like other anime, they have want to take a jab at their characters for being too weak.
Okay.
So they yeah. So you can see here Naruto lying in that position, Vivi from One Piece lying in this position.
Yeah.
So whenever they want to show a character at their most lowest or most helpless state, they make them lie down on the ground like that. Yeah, because yeah, Yamcha was really messed up, beaten really bad when he was in this position. So, yeah, I'm really surprised you didn't know about it. But yeah, our robot is lying down in that position right now because the motor controllers for the guy are cooked probably, or they're not working for some reason, and we're just putting together the ribcage of the robot. So it's really funny. I think we might be able to do a display capture on this live stream, but I don't want to try it midstream. I don't want to. Yep, I don't think I want to try it while we're live. But yeah, it's something we need to do for the next
Can you
live
check
stream.
Twitter if there's a response from the guy or not?
Yeah, yep, let me. Yep, that works. Okay, so let's plan for. Let's meet at XYZ place at XYZ time. Okay, so yeah, the evening is pretty much booked for us, and yeah, let's try to get a hold of those motor controllers tomorrow. Just for the yeah, I think they build it at low cost. They have excellent price in China with low cost distributor. Let me try and look it up. So we have one video from 4 days ago. The 1K humanoid is here. Meet Noetix's Boomy robot. Reg, are you talking about the Boomy robot? BUMI robot? It looks so cool. Damn. It definitely looks better than ours. Yeah. China is really crazy, man. China is. Learn. No. Noetics robotics. Yeah, so they just. Yeah, Boomy robot. That's what I'm looking at right now. So this is the one you were talking about. Yep, so yeah, it's the build quality, it looks really good compared to this thing, and for a pre-built robot and for 1K it looks really sick. Yep. We'll be targeting the mass consumer market with the price of approximately 1300 US. The robot designed to bring bipedal robotics into household for education, family programming learners. 94 centimeter tall and weighing just 12 kg. What's the overall weight of this thing?
No idea. Is this one open source? The one?
No, I don't think it's open source. Most probably not. But I'm not sure. Reg, is this one open source? The Boomy robot. I'm sure they'll have some sort of
What
look at the ad for this. It's
what
ready
is it
medicate.
smell? What does it spell like?
BUMI.
BUMI Boomy Robot, and the name of the company?
Noetics. NOETIX.
Noetics.
The order date is 11 November and 11 December. They already sold 200 of them. Wow. That's crazy. Yes, it's fully open source. Damn, they just killed this entire thing then. If that's the case, if that thing is open source and you can get a head start with that kind of material and assembly, that kind of robot put together, you can potentially waste 5 of those robots, even like testing them. Like you can really mess around with 5 of those robots instead of building one of this one. And yeah, China really messes up the market in terms of cost and accessibility. Now even I'm interested in this robot, but
By the way, there's something very interesting.
if you wanna like program the robot, if you wanna make it do stuff, of course, then that is gonna be the better way to go. If you just want to like learn, or if you're approaching it as a student, or if you want to learn it, how the actuators and everything work, then maybe you can try building a few of actuators, maybe try putting together limbs of this robot. But if you only want to train it for some really specific purpose and maybe introduce it in the market sometime in the future by having some white labeled policies for the robot, then that's a really appealing product when compared to this thing. I was really surprised because UC Berkeley just the motors will cost 45. Yes, that's the thing with China. Like we always discuss how cheap is it to manufacture stuff in China, especially because all the companies they are present right next door to each other. They have really close collaboration between them. But yeah, you always get shocked and surprised by how cheap it actually is to manufacture stuff in China. It will be really difficult to do that unless even in places like Pakistan and India, unless someone really dedicates to it, unless you have 3-4 companies working together in really close collaboration just to build a product like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of Chinese companies which are producing these robots. Yeah, there's like dozens of Chinese companies which are building
robots. Just
You can open it from here and bring it closer.
yeah,
to
just
you.
for 1 second. There's many Chinese companies, and I think this is true in general. Even UC Berkeley Humanoid Robot is open source. The K-bot is open source. There's dozens of Chinese companies that are building robot, and I think it could be the case. I'm not sure. The thing with Chinese companies is they might be the gap might be in creating the open source community and in really creating the communication in getting through to the end user. The thing with American companies, US based startups or companies, is that they do a really good job of documentation in general, documenting their product and creating a community around it, because English is international language. I mean, we're communicating in English, everyone understands English, even Chinese people speak English. English is a very general language, but a lot of these companies in China, the robotics companies, they're primarily the gap might just be in creating that international community documentation, because the more documentation they create, the more and more they already are pretty good with price in terms of competition.
I think even if you build an open source project with like English documentation and everything, I think it really comes down to how the pace of building stuff, the communication gap between different industries. In USA or in Western areas, or even in Pakistan, India, you're gonna have a lot of lag between the in terms of collaboration between the different industries.
Yeah, I know. China already has that covered.
Yeah.
They're the best in terms of pace, in terms of engineering.
Yeah.
And there's dozens of companies there working on robots. Which one is gonna come out in the end? Which one will be the biggest robotics company with the most community and users around it?
I think
10 years from now.
China.
The gap, yeah.
No,
from China.
In China, I think they tend to make it a win-win situation for everyone, because all the companies are state sponsored.
Yeah, that's also a huge
the
part
state
of it,
makes
course,
it a win-win for all the companies. Yeah, I mean they have a really good way of setting up hardware manufacturing and assembly. That's why China is able to do what China is able to do, and a huge reason for all of that is most of these companies are state sponsored, and they make it they make the collaboration between different industries in terms of development and everything really worthwhile. So here we are putting together the ribcage of the robot, and we are gonna put the PC and everything on the robot in a second, and then we are gonna attach the arms of the robot. But yeah, like if someone is interested in a robotic startup in terms of human training policies for humanoid, training it for a custom task, and then maybe presenting it to investors, pitching the idea, showing, then I think definitely buying something like that for only $1,000 is the way to go. So you can spend maximum time on training custom policies, getting that lead in the market in terms of training your robot to do custom tasks instead of building the robot yourself. The Chinese wages are so low, making a part costs a fraction of the price. I imagine that this robot actually costs them around $400, and they can sell it for $1,000. Yes, yeah, I agree with that. That's like a really huge factor as well. Yeah. Wages across, even in Pakistan or India, or China, wages are much lower. Yeah, as compared to as compared to West. I think the living costs in West are so crazy at the moment, especially in Canada and USA. Compared with these countries.
Yeah, compared with Asian countries, the living cost in Canada, it's unbelievable. I have no idea what a Canadian person or a Western person would demand for building something like this. just for like labor cost or the time spent on building something like this, let's remove all the components or parts. All just hourly rate in those areas is really high. The cost, it really, whenever you're building something like this, the cost, it really comes down to nuts and bolts. The very first thing we realized when we relocated to Japan is just how much expensive the bolts are here. When back in Pakistan, the bolts were so cheap. Just for prototyping, of course, the quality was not the best in the world, but you don't need the best quality in the world for prototyping only. So you can have like these small components, these corner brackets, and then these nuts and bolts for a fraction of cost, even compared to some place like Tokyo, which is in a really bad economic state. It's like really messed up, and the currency conversion for US dollars or Canadian dollars to Japanese yen, it's like really crazy. My salary here is $45 an hour, and in China I think it's $4 an hour. Yeah, $45 per hour is really crazy to me.
Yeah, it's a lot even from our standards.
Yeah, even from our standards, it's really crazy, because we are used to working back in Pakistan and now here in Japan, and in terms of cost, this is for at the highest end for sort of our work, right? Usually in our case it's somewhere around $15 an hour, average $20 an hour. Accidents tend to happen. Yeah, so what's left on that side? Just make sure that the three parts are attached together really nice. All three of them, like in terms of what? Just because the side, I was attaching the side parts, and on the side parts, the arms are gonna be attached. The side parts, this one and this one. The arms are gonna be attached. Okay, so you just want me to like really fasten them together. Yep. And make sure it's like perpendicular, all the parts. Normally, programmer here, it's from $45 to $85 an hour. That's really crazy, and that's really high. Yep. And that's why a lot of jobs also flock to the Asian markets, I think, because there a programmer can like work for you for a fraction of the cost, and generally the skill set, if you are able to find a really talented programmer, which is always really difficult to do in terms of hiring. I have a little bit of experience in terms of hiring, but I used to hire a lot of animators to work with me on different animation projects, and there's this one guy I have hired from Philippines. His price for animation, like what his demands are in terms of costs for animation, they were terribly low. Like they were I do animation work a lot, and I understand how difficult it can be to make animations, and what they were demanding from me, that was to me was terribly underpaid. So I tried to make sure to, because in the end we are also looking for talented people that demand they don't ask for the highest wages in the market. I tried my best to compensate him well for his work, but compared to I also hired someone from Canada as well, funny thing, and his cost just for the line out of the animation was so high that after a project I was like, I cannot even afford this. it's not worth it for someone, me in Asia, trying to get work done from someone in Canada, because his costs for animations and everything were so high. The max I saw, it's $150 an hour, specialized programmer senior. Imagine that, someone working at that cost for a while and then moving to Asian countries or Thailand or Philippines to retire. A lot of people do that.
Yep.
A lot of, I would say, tech entrepreneurs do that, and a lot of just like gurus and people that have these ad agencies and stuff like that, they do that, and they really live their life, man. They live like kings in the Philippines and in these Asian countries where the cost of living is next to nothing, and their main client base and everything is in Western countries, USA. So yeah, that's a huge gap between these markets in terms of manufacturing cost, labor cost.
In terms of the arbitrage, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how that gets fixed, Reg. How do you think the Western markets can compete with the Asian markets, markets like China and India? What needs to change to like for the manufacturing to go back to those countries? Yeah, of course, that Trump and people like that are like screaming all about tariffs and everything, but the cost of living is also going through the roof. And USA, they conveniently have shut down the government and they're not releasing all the data because it's so convenient not to release all the data, because if the data looks bad, no data is still better than bad data. And I think whenever they're gonna reopen and people are gonna start realizing how bad the actual numbers were, whenever they start realizing those numbers,
Data for what?
just the government spending, the inflation, everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are releasing some sort of data, and especially the inflation numbers they released, they were not that bad, even though it has been going up recently. But they are saying that, oh, we were able to gather pull some resources together and we were able to release this data. But it's really convenient that you don't have to list everything, you don't have to release all the data because the government shut down. The best salaries here are for doctors, with salaries ranging from 250K to 800K per year. Housing here costs around $2,000 per month.
Yeah, it's same here in Tokyo as well. I know a guy, a programmer who works, I think in embedded domain, C++, that domain. He's 30, in his early 30s, and I think he makes roughly around 200 something K a year, US dollars.
Yeah. In terms of living, the cost of living, Ali, you can just sit on this chair. I can move.
It's done. It's done.
It's
So,
done.
Yeah. I've tried to make it as robust. It's still a bit clanky, of course, as is the case with aluminium profiles. You can even hear the clank. Right? But it's as robust as can be, and as it, I guess, roughly as much as is needed for right now for the assembly.
But I think, Reg, if you are looking to train custom policies for the robot, and yeah, I think in terms of business, the best idea is to get the robot for as cheap as possible and then train as many times as possible in terms of policies. And if you have a really good solution and you can even start adding your own custom sensors and everything to the robot, because it's like open source and you can play around with the robot once you get it, and then you can maybe start pitching it to investors and stuff like that. So yeah, investment wise, you're definitely gonna seek investment from Western countries. from Canada or maybe USA or places like that.
There's government programs.
Yeah, you
that
can also apply to. And yeah, in terms of cost, even the Berkeley one, it does not seem that much worthwhile after looking at that robot, because the overall build quality of that robot is really good as well. So I'm pretty sure you can kick that robot around, you can bully that robot, but in terms of this Berkeley one, I'm not too sure of that. It's just way too the plastic 3D printed parts, they are way too fragile for you to be kicking them around, in my opinion. But yeah, when we get it moving, we're gonna document what the motion of the robot looks like and if it seems fragile or not. How are you gonna get them in there? I think first up you have to get them in there like this.
Okay.
Yep. So just attach them loosely. You can hand me these L keys and this. And amidst all this robotics and tech innovation and this stuff, to me, I think this AI space we're in, it's also a really huge bubble in terms of what's being promised and what it's capable of doing at the moment. Of course, there are really huge advantages that these LLMs bring, and they are being used in all the different businesses and stuff like that. But the investment being raised, it's really unreasonable in a sense, because China is able to make those LLMs and everything for a fraction of the cost. And yeah, if it keeps going like that, we might see a bubble pop, because inflation is rising at the moment, and the cost of living and everything is going through the roof. And despite that situation, the markets are close to all-time highs. If you look at crypto markets, just for like the major ones, the Bitcoin, BNB and stuff like that, and in terms of S&P 500 as well, it's close to. Yeah, I read a tweet earlier where they were discussing about San Francisco, and the guy was like, it does not feel real. People are, before even the product is built, just based off on a few words, they're raising hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just based off on some words or sentences or just some well put together presentations. And he was like, it's unreal in SF right now. But at $1,000, their goal is to take the market. The field of humanoid robot is in high demand around the world. They want to take their place. The company is Novatics. I think they're really smart for doing that, because you've probably heard of that when in a gold rush sell shovels, and I think the humanoid market is just gonna keep growing on and on from here. And I think they are positioning themselves really well by making such cheap humanoids, and the market use cases for humanoids are gonna keep growing and growing. So in terms of competition, I think even if you buy a humanoid and you train it for whatever custom policy or whatever custom idea,
This one is not fixed. This one is not.
yeah,
fixed.
let me fix this one first, and then I'm gonna deal with that. I think in terms of ideas, it's a blue ocean, so it's not a saturated market. So anyone buying the humanoid and starting now will have a early movers advantage. But yeah, whoever's building and selling those humanoids for that cheap, they definitely are selling shovels in this case. Nvidia is in a really good position in terms of selling the good hardware for AI and everything, and look at where their valuation is at the moment. So yeah, I think it's a really smart move on their behalf. Because most likely, even if we take part in this humanoid market or not, there are gonna be a lot of startups, a lot of investors interested in this, and there are gonna be almost endless use cases for these humanoid robots. And pretty soon, I think in like a couple of years, custom humanoid robot markets are gonna start popping. Industries are gonna start popping in India as well, and all these other countries as well. Yeah, in terms of taking the place in the market, I've heard there's this interview of Mark Zuckerberg where he's like, I am. It's obviously not a good idea to burn. I don't know how much exact number he used. $50 billion or $200 billion. That's a huge number. But he said I would still that is still a less of a risk than a couple of years or a couple of months delay in AI progress. That is still a far more bigger risk because it's just a technology that is fundamentally going to change all the fields. One more thing, a lot of these bigger companies, they are really hesitant to burn a lot of cash in terms of testing new technologies, but if the economy stays afloat for a while, and if we see a lot of startups regarding AI and these robots popping up left, right, and center, there's gonna be a lot of acquisition going on. Yeah, push it a little bit down while you do it. Because a lot of these companies, they are waiting for small scale companies to work on problem solving and really do the bulk of the testing and everything, especially as is the case with blockchain. A lot of companies, they don't want to, especially big gaming companies like EA and stuff, they have a really good use case for blockchain, but they are not willing to risk their existing client base, and they're not willing to spend billions of dollars in R&D and everything. They are letting that blockchain space mature a bit, and then they're just gonna start acquiring left, right, and center whenever we have some really cool implementations and examples of these technologies working well in games. Yeah, so it's gonna be the same for humanoid robots, I assume. Yep. That makes sense. Yeah, maybe a small startup somewhere in Philippines or somewhere in San Francisco is or gonna train somewhere in Canada. Somewhere in Canada is gonna train the robot really well, only in a single policy or only, and some company is gonna be frothing in the mouth for all that training data. Yeah, that's also a pretty interesting aspect. If in Canada or I want the country, black screws. Oh, okay. Just give me from here. Yeah, if a startup is pretty successful, it's able to build decent traction, there is a chance that big companies come and acquire it. Yeah. Because Reg came in today in the chat, and he like just gave a single statement, I'm not gonna be building this robot, and now I understand why. Yeah. Yeah, Reg was like, I'm not spending 100K on a fridge. Yeah, on a plastic. Yeah, $5,000 for a plastic fridge when we have this option available now. And yeah, it was announced like a few days ago only. Yeah, I think after we started doing these live streams. I think with the base skeleton structure, the way Reg is thinking, if the base skeleton structure or the baseline actuators of the robot are as cheap as possible, he can very easily iterate R&D and beautify the upper design, just like that Chinese guy who built this Kara robot. It's of course very easy to iterate an R&D and beautify it and come up with your own novel design, but the base cost is still gonna be as less as possible, so that's a very good idea. Yeah, you can just it's pretty easy to white label the external shell of the chassis of the robot. But if you're only interested in policies and everything, I think the body of the robot is really cool. It looks really good as well. So they have really taken in the position in the market for the manufacturers of the robot, and they're leaving it on the other small scale startups to train policies, new documentation, and for different use cases. But
Documentation is gonna be a huge aspect of it. So if you create because if for example Reg might be aware with STM32.
Can you grab it,
Or
can you try doing it? It's really
Okay.
It's a bit tricky.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying if you might be aware of STM32.
Can I point it a little bit over here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
STM32 Cube IDE, or earlier I was looking at Chipyard. Do you know about Chipyard? It's also like an open source SoC.
Like, is it for hardware design, FPGAs and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Let's just simplify it. It's very close to chip designing. It's
We're going to use the ISAC lab to create the policy. Yeah, I think we're going to be trying that as well with this robot, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're also going to be trying that, Reg, with this robot. But yeah, now I don't know what shoes you're in, but I think it's a really good idea to grab that robot for that cheap instead of spending a lot of money in building this thing, just because now we have that option. We can just focus a lot more on policies, and in terms of business and everything, pace and rapid development is everything for a startup or a business.
Yeah, for the humanoid robot, I think just like I was mentioning, Chipyard or STM32, it's like every different aspect of hardware or any startup has a certain learning curve, and I think the more getting started tutorials are present, the more sort of courses or tutorials are present for a robot or ISAC lab policy training, the more support is available, the more it streamlines the process of mass adoption of the product. If that makes sense, right? So like if I were to build a startup like that, I would
I think
one aspect of my thinking would be to create a lot of tutorial like Nobita AI. That's like one aspect of my
I mean, yeah, that's a really big part of it, of course.
Yeah,
Like
creating as many getting started to just make it so that even even someone who doesn't understand basic technology can get started with a few steps and has a good understanding of, all right, how do I go about putting any basic operation. So maybe dishwashing, if someone wants to train, like Base 44, their whole appeal is that even someone who does not know how to code should be able to build
I really
their website.
hate Base 44. I've never tried it, but the ads, they really mess with my head, man. Base 44 ads.
Yeah, but come to think of it, their appeal as well is that even people who do not know how to code should be able to build entire
I mean,
websites.
that's like really simple in terms of that's what a business is. It's like solving your problem.
Yep.
Yeah, I think a robot barista is a really good. I would really love to train a robot to make coffee. I don't think if we're able to do that, a robotic cafe would be really cool. Just like, but I think someone who has a lot of money who can just do that for the gimmicks and stuff, I think it's a really cool idea to try. It's not like a really big problem solving or anything, and I think in cafes, human baristas, I don't know how people are gonna feel when a robot is making coffee for them.
Yeah, I think coffee shop owners do have a lot of money in general. I think most coffee places are not in profit. They're not profitable. They're just
Most of the coffee locations. I don't know, but only some really big brands like Starbucks
It's a
and
pretty
Costa Cola.
competitive space.
Yeah.
Very difficult to get your foot in.
Very competitive space. One of the most competitive spaces you can be in. At $1,000, I will disassemble the robot and find Chinese distributors of the parts to reproduce them, because as a company, it's about finding the lowest possible price.
Yep, I
Yep.
agree with you.
Yeah,
agree.
I also agree with that, because the thing is, in terms of business, you really need to have distribution locked in. For example, there was a huge wave of electric bikes back in our country, e-bikes, and there were a lot of startups left, right, and center for e-bikes. And at that time, the main bottleneck for any business was to gather the materials, especially the batteries and the BLDC motors for the bikes. Now the issue with that is, if you are opening a bike selling company, so you need to have warranty and you need to have replacement parts for like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years in the future. So you need a really reliable source from China to be able to provide those materials, because there's no local manufacturing of especially batteries in Pakistan or anything like that. You can maybe start with a BLDC or a motor manufacturing company. It's a really good idea, and a lot of companies will start being dependent on you. But if you're not willing to do that, in terms of replacement materials for your robot, you need to have a really reliable partner in China who's gonna be making or improving those parts in the future. But yeah, Chinese market is full of those people. I've had the chance to talk to one or two suppliers from China, and they are really interested in making those long-term partnerships in terms of building these motors, batteries, and stuff like that for your company, and you can get a really reliable custom supply for the parts for your company and business from China. So there's a whole market in China regarding people that are, their main job is to build connections with the people outside the country. So they are in talks and in close communication with all the industries in Shenzhen area, and they have access to all the hardware companies, the motor companies, and the PCB or electronics manufacturing companies. They're in really close communications with those companies, and then their entire job is to just make a collaboration between international companies and organizations and those companies inside China. We need to visit China sometime soon, definitely.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love
So
to.
everyone we've met here in Japan who sees what kind of stuff we're interested in, they're like, dude, why haven't you been to China? Why have you never seen? You'd really love that place if you build this kind of stuff. And we've never traveled to China, but yeah, sometime we'd love to do that someday. Yeah, maybe we can talk to a few of the Chinese people
Grab the
we are
camera.
in contact with, and maybe we can document the Shenzhen area, or what kind of industries are operating there. But we must be careful. I have been scammed for a fake channel. I lost 400. That sucks. Yeah, any sort of market that's that ripe and that has a lot of demand, there are gonna be scammers for sure. In terms of the person I'm in contact with, someone I know and someone who's worked with me before, they recommended me that person, and they have had they work for a really big hardware company in Europe. I forgot the name of that company, but it's a really big hardware manufacturer in Europe, and they make hardware components like screwdrivers, custom size screws, and that kind of equipment, pliers and everything. And they have sourced their materials from China, and the friend I'm talking about, he was in charge of sourcing those materials from China, and the person he used to source those materials, he referred me to that person in China. So yeah, you really need to find those reliable people through your contacts, but in the end, because just there's such a huge distance, and if you cannot fly to China, it's gonna be kind of a shot in the dark, but that's the best you can do.
We might wanna now hang it.
Okay, let's do that. Let me readjust the camera like so. And okay, so this time around I'm gonna hold it in place, and you can start putting. What's the front size of the side of the robot? Is it
the one with 3 holes? Yeah, this one.
okay? So I'm gonna put it over here, and you try to keep it as close as possible, so that way the view is much better in the camera.
Where's the starting point of this?
Just look in there. Okay, yeah. And where there are scissors. What time is it? It's only like 2 a.m. in the morning. Today time is moving really slow for some reason.
Time has sort of slowed down today.
Yeah, generally we start the live stream and it's just 5 in the morning all of a sudden, but today it's been a like kind of a slow day. Yeah. I think let's attach.
I think just 4 or 5.
Will we be able to attach the hand of the robot when it's this close? I think we had to leave a little bit of space, so just cut it all together. Just leave a little bit of space. Not like too much. It looks really cool. This thing is fun to move around, to play around with.
Bring it down.
No, I think this much is okay.
Okay. Yeah, we want to do.
Two in the center, one more, and then one from this side and one from this side. Just we don't want to drop this thing after working on it for this much time.
I had no idea today time would pass so slow and we would be able to work so fast on this robot. Some days are just pretty good in general. Some days the momentum is really high.
Yeah, and yeah, if you're building this robot yourself, and if you try to rush it through, yeah, I don't know what the main issue with the motor controller is, but if the issue is ends up being that we fried the components or something, then yeah, it's not worth it to try to build this thing yourself if your focus is training custom policies or building it for a specific use case as well. Because we are just waiting for those motor controllers now, and it's so annoying when you have to wait for the parts to ship for the robot, and it's really not worth it to order extra parts when they're so expensive. But if you end up frying some components, or some components just don't work for some reason, or if there is something that you have to spend so long time troubleshooting, it ends up not being that worth it.
Keep it straight like this.
Yeah, okay, just make it tight, and then we're gonna attach rope from this side as well.
I think this much is good. Just give it a second. Give it a second. Yeah, take it. Yeah, this one is still loose. But I mean, if this one,
if this one said, I just want to attach one more over this side, just to lock.
Okay, attach over this side.
Yeah, just to lock the rotation. Okay, now the rotation is really locked. It's not gonna be going anywhere. Can you grab the scissors for me? Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's good.
Let's move it a bit in frame, and I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit. This much should be okay.
Yeah.
And let's try and tackle the ouch. Did you by any chance forget to like put peanuts in there?
Okay, I mean we can
Let's just open them a little bit.
just the first we have to put the right one, which is this one, I think.
Yeah.
Let's make sure of that. So the 0 upper arm XL. This is supposed to be left.
I have written right on the right arm, so there's no
Where's
confusion.
the right? You have written R,
Yeah, so this is the right arm.
but it's all of the actuators say L. Why did you put right?
Because it was attached over here.
So that's the left side of the robot.
I don't know.
That's it.
It might have been attached over here. I don't know.
Okay, just take it off. This is the left.
Okay.
And the left of the robot is this one. Of the robot.
And just like the orientation we want to attach it, it's gonna be this orientation.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Exactly.
is it gonna be attached from the bottom up like this, like so?
Yes.
Okay.
Bottom
Okay. And we have all the
Yeah. Let me just watch their video.
no, yeah. So it's definitely gonna be this way around. I'm pretty certain. It's this is how it's supposed to go inside.
I mean, how? Nah. Turn it. Yes.
This way around.
This way, of course.
I mean, just look at the once again the assembly video. We can just have a look. Yeah,
Gone.
it's probably gonna be this way around. But
that like upper part. Okay, let me take a look at the video.
yeah, we might have been confused between the why is that video stopping? Nah, man.
It's not.
Don't tell me this is an issue with the charging of the phone. Nah, man.
Is it?
Yep, that is the
This
case.
charger is pretty messy. Just take it out and put it back in again.
So right now, Ali, I'm gonna switch to this camera. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Camera.
Our background is good.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay,
good.
just select the camera.
And FaceTime HD camera. Okay, so yep. So the battery of the mobile phone is cooked. So that's why we're using this
Yeah.
camera now.
Alright.
By the way, this clock is not working. It doesn't have any cell
Cells
or
in it, yeah.
battery in it. So
So we want to fill
And-
the actuator.
Yep. So we're gonna have to buy a new charger because this one keeps messing up. Ideally, we should have specific cameras for live streaming. That would be the best case scenario. Just so we don't have to deal with these charging issues or anything like that. Alright, just to make sure. I hope right now you can see us as well. We were using a phone camera and the battery, even though the wire was the charging port was attached, the battery still ran out. And we are using the laptop camera now, and yeah, we're gonna buy USB cameras for this live stream because the battery of the the battery is not reliable while live streaming. It tends to run out. Ali, I think we might have confused between if while calibrating the robot, we might have confused the left or right.
No, we haven't. This is how it goes.
Okay. It's good now. It's good now. So let's put in the T-nuts. I can see some T-nuts in.
Yeah, there are. No. Those are not T-nuts. Those are just these aluminum.
Let's just open it and try.
This is the left one. The left one is of course this one, and same for the right one.
Yes, I see you both.
All right. We're gonna have to remove this part.
Cool. That's good to know. So the camera is working. Yep, the camera is working. It's gotten really hot in here.
Yeah. Just decrease that by 1 maybe.
Yep. No, it's just on the lowest setting now. And we need the M3 T-nuts. Those are gonna be here. Yeah, these ones. So here we have a couple of M3. How many do we need? I think we can do 3 on each side.
Yeah, maybe 3.
And let's put.
We're gonna put here.
Let's first attach the arm onto this because it's gonna be way easier to do while it's outside. And then we're gonna put this in like this. So
okay, it goes in like this. And
so we're gonna have to.
And here.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to remove one of these. So just remove it and put these in there. More. Okay, let's do 3 on each side, and then the 3 on the other side as well. And first off, we're gonna fasten the arm to this unit, and then we're gonna attach the arm.
Okay.
So I'm gonna place 3 more over here for the other side, and I'm gonna put the rest of them
on. Let's attach it first on one side.
The FaceTime camera is really wide. Yep, it's really wide. It covers a lot of area.
Can you turn it a little bit towards me? Alright, like this, yeah. Okay.
The microphone is getting in the way. Just drop it so it's. Okay, so. Say hi to the microphone chat. This is the microphone we use for the live streams.
Alright.
Yeah, let's start
putting in one by one.
Okay, so can you pass me the M3 screws?
Which ones do we need?
M3X, so there's gonna be a box over there. These ones. let's try. I'm not sure if these are the right ones, but I'm gonna try and do this. Okay. Can I grab the four-sided
Screwdriver.
Yeah, I have it. I have it now. I don't think we have a good version of the DVD version of the Demon Slayer movie released yet. It's been such a long time since it was aired in cinemas.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And I'm also looking forward to the Chainsaw Man.
I think Islam Khashif's fight is in November.
Yeah, yep. That's gonna be a really good one.
How fast the time moves.
Yeah, this year just went by. Yeah, push it in there. Push it in there.
How much?
A bit more. More. Just okay. Well, that's it. That's good enough. Can you grab that the dinosaur from down there? Okay. Okay, just one more to go, and can you hand me this? Okay.
I'll unscrew the other one in the meantime.
Yeah. Okay, now I have to attach the other side as well. Let's quickly do that. I need the L key.
Here you
I think the content is in a good way far removed from only AI related videos, because those were getting really mundane and repetitive.
Yep.
And I think generally when we start making those 3 minutes vlog sort of videos with everything, we're gonna keep making and documenting projects like this on the side as well, but it's gonna be such a good fresh look to the channel in terms of the overall brand and everything. Okay, this one is done. So where's the other this module?
Here.
Yeah. And can you hand me the L key? Let me double check the part that needs to go in there. And just give me a second.
I don't think it'll go in properly.
It's supposed to go in there.
But how are you gonna fix it?
Yep, that's gonna be an issue. I have a good idea.
But you'll do that once we're attaching it over there, because then you'll need to know how much exactly it needs to
No,
go.
no. The thing is, I'm only gonna label them a little bit,
Okay.
so they can, the arm can move around, and then once we have attached this over there, we're just gonna fasten. It's not gonna jump out or anything.
Okay.
So
All right.
we're just,
Let's put.
just give me a second. Okay, now it's, yeah, it is.
Bring it here. Let's attach it first.
Okay. Yeah, grab this L key and the coffee. Let's.
I think first we need to tighten these 90-degree inserts, and then now it needs to go in a little bit. Where's the L key?
Here I have the L key.
Loosen it a bit more.
No, we had to like tighten it, I think. Or what do we need to? Yeah.
Loosen it, yeah. Loosen it and then insert both of them.
Okay.
And now we'll move the arm.
Just let me tighten this part, so it stays over here. Yeah. Bring it a little bit. Just leave it from this side, and yeah, grab the arm. Okay, now we can, let's move the arm all the way over here.
Tighten this.
Okay, let's move it over here, and now this one is already pretty tight. So now let's move it to somewhat in the middle. I think this is good enough.
Yeah, and then just.
Yeah, it's really easy to get these screws to like free. So maybe instead of doing this, we can use the bigger one. Yeah, this one. This is a really good screwdriver. It's definitely one of the better ones I've used. It never makes these screws free or loose. Okay, we just have one more arm to go after this, and then we can move on to the wire, making the wires a bit cleaner. And I don't know when we actually, let me try and see using the tracking number when the parts are gonna be arriving. I don't even know what shipping company is this, man. This is like a DigiKey. Yeah, this is DigiKey tracking ID. Why do they always have to use the most random
Now,
tracking companies? Or yeah, I have no idea when this part is gonna arrive. You know the FPGA company I told you about, the one that who were making the, the Indian startup that was making really small,
yeah.
really cheap FPGA. Their FPGAs are doing really well in terms of the primary batch is sold out. I think they were doing 1,000 FPGAs to start with, and those are already sold out. And there's a lot of hype and buzz around those modules, and yeah, there's no information regarding this tracking number online, Ali.
Just keep it
Yeah,
put
I
aside
think
for
yeah.
now. And
Yep. So in terms of that, I think we should place an order for those FPGAs as well. They're really, let me place them in there. Let me can you pass me the dinosaur module? So there are 3 in there, right?
yeah,
So
bit more. Okay.
just leave it. I mean, I had one here. So right now I'm just aligning the nuts and fastening them, and then okay, now we're able to move them. You see, give me another screw. Yeah, from here. I think if they keep selling batches like that, I think they're gonna do a lot for the FPGA market. And in terms of
You're doing them too far out. I think you had to leave one gap in between.
I mean, that's exactly how I did it for the
Okay,
other
alright.
one.
In that case, it's
Yep. So
we can keep it like that instead.
yeah, we're gonna manage, and yes, we're gonna, because it's easy to move them around like this. Okay, now for the other side. So I first up we're gonna grab 3 M3 nuts. Yeah, and I think especially like you mentioned, for any startup to get to get people interested in your product, you have to make a lot of tutorials, and I think they're gonna be doing that at a scale with their FPGAs, and they're gonna be making a lot of tutorials and resources for people to learn FPGA development. And if they are able to do that, they are gonna make an Arduino moment for their FPGAs for sure. And generally because of AI as well, people generally have more access to the tech space overall. So that's also like a huge thing going for their startup. Ali, I think this is the wrong size. This is not M3. This
All of them.
yeah, this is also not M3. So yeah, one of them is M3, and I'm gonna fasten that now. But what you need to do, Ali, you can grab more M3 ones from up there. up there, the packet has M3 written on them. The T-nuts packet. Once again, these M3 nuts are some of the most annoying ones I've used in my life. The ones we had access to back in Pakistan, they were so much better and superior in terms of ease of use. Japan also has a lot of these FPGAs.
Yeah, Japan has a huge FPGA market. A huge market. I think the hobbyist sector in Japan is far more focused towards the FPGA niche in general compared to like industrial automation or those sort of machinery like 3D printer robots.
I think they are exclusively in the B2B domain. I think not in terms of like startups or small scale.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start seeing more and more low cost robots like this. Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yep, especially
100%.
after seeing the one China rolled out, and they don't
Yeah.
like they have like really commoditized these. I mean,
Yeah.
for $1,000 almost anyone can get a hold of these robots and start training custom policies. And once we see a really successful example of this in terms of raising investment and then seeing that robot walk around in house or on a train station or a gas station and whatnot, once we start seeing those successful examples, a lot more companies are going to start getting interested in these robots.
Yeah, the landscape is
Right
changing
now,
pretty quickly.
it's changing pretty quickly. Right now, there's only a few people like us working on these robots, and we're not even training a custom policy for a really specific task. I mean, we kind of are, but it's not like a really big market or a really big niche. But once we start seeing a lot of successful examples of these robots, and once the startups and small companies start realizing, okay, we can get them for $1,000, and there's an open source community around it.
Bring it here. First of all, let's put it.
Just a second, because it's not. Yep, now it's.
Yeah, the landscape is definitely changing for low-cost robots really fast, and we're gonna start seeing more and more companies, more and more uh, things in automation which were not possible before. So like the problems that were very hard to approach because they had too many variable degrees that could not be hard-coded, they would be possible with AI and vision. So yeah, the problems which were the things which were difficult to automate before, the barrier to entry in them would become lower. So naturally, yeah, we're gonna see more and more robotics and hardware space in general.
I think it's a bit messed up in the case of this one. I think I'm gonna have to remove this. I don't understand Honda abandoning Asimo in Japan with all the hype about robotics. It was such an advanced robot at the time. I think it was just about the robotic space not being as much accessible to developers and such. So before the really commoditization of LLMs and these AI tools, and before the really common access of 3D printers and stuff like that, only really big companies with really high budgets were gonna spend time and effort working on promoting or running advertising campaigns for these robots. And it was I think at that time generally it was really difficult for a single company to convince a
No,
lot of
I
investors
think-
to
I think
bring
it's the
robots to the
it's
homes.
the luck and timing aspect of a startup. So, for example, even before YouTube, there were social media platforms like even before Facebook, there were social media platforms. I think that were being worked upon, but it's just that there's that moment where the market is that segment of industry is just ripe for market adaptation. I think it was that case. So while a lot of companies were building robots, it's the same with AI. Just about 10 years ago, it was just a like research driven field with papers being published and just scientific contributions. No one would have thought that it would enter such a mass market.
Yes,
While there
and-
were people that were working on AI, but the technology was just not at the right point for market penetration.
And yeah, I think the number one factor in advancing any field a lot, aside from the mathematics or the hardcore research, even in terms of that, the number one factor is the investment in any field. So historically, you can see a pattern wherever the money went, like in medical field or in like physics or mathematics or wherever the money goes, you tend to see a lot of innovation in that space, especially the way you're seeing with a lot of these LLMs and everything. So these transformer architectures and everything, they were there a long time ago, but when the money started to flow in there, like when it starts turning in a bubble, that's where the real innovation starts happening at a pace. So every company in the world is focusing on trying some sort of AI solution, or making finding different use cases for those transformer functions. I think robotics is at that sort of a stage right now. Instead of just one company like Honda being focused on that robot, it's gonna be much easier for Honda to sell a robotics project when the rest of the world is also focused on building use cases for the robot, getting those robots in your corporate spaces or in your homes and in businesses and everything. It's gonna be much more easier for Honda to start working on this as well. Whereas in past, like you mentioned, it was really difficult for a single company to innovate something. I think we can start putting this arm in there as well. So okay, let's put it in here.
Oh, yeah, this one.
I'm gonna have to squeeze it a bit.
Yeah.
Can you grab the arm? Okay, I am gonna try to squeeze the frame so the arm can get in there.
I made this one really tight.
Okay, no. It was really close, but I'm gonna have to apply a lot of force.
I think you can maybe loosen this
Yeah,
one a little
we
bit
can
and-
we can make one of the. So someone suggested me this idea little while ago about a marketplace for. It's gonna be really difficult tightening this after.
This one maybe.
No, it's gonna be the same for that one as well. Okay, I'm just gonna make this one loose. Okay, just move it a little bit outside.
It's gonna be almost impossible. We'll have to open this and move it, but we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll figure
We
it out.
actually cannot move it.
I mean, we can move this. Why are you not able to move it? Okay, let me loosen it a bit more.
Okay.
I mean, it's a bit difficult, but you can try adjusting it now. So yeah, I was saying someone suggested me this idea of making a marketplace for personalities for LLMs. So a lot of companies are selling LLM based toys these days, and just puppies or dogs or cute robots with LLM backing them. And yeah, someone suggested me an idea of making a marketplace for different personalities for those LLMs and robots. So that's what I mean by it's not like a really big innovation, but that's just an example of wherever the investment flows. If you have a lot more people working on the in the space, a lot more people thinking of ideas, it's way easy to innovate and get their technology rolling in. Introduce their technology in homes and in corporate spaces and in businesses. It's way more easier to do that. You can just loosen them using this.
I've lost this part. It went somewhere.
We can just find another one. It's here.
No,
We got a comment, I think, on the chat.
a personal question. Are you monozygotic, and who born first? Eno? It's my wife that asked it because she have twin too. Oh, that's awesome. You have twin as well. That's so awesome. I
have no idea about the monozygotic thing, but I think you were born first.
Yeah, I think I was born first. I do not know what the difference was, and I have no idea what monozygotic means.
Yeah,
I do know what zygote is. We've read that in biology back in like our 9th or 10th class.
We don't know the specifics of being monozygotic or anything like that.
Yeah, but I have no clue what that means.
Yeah, we're just twins.
Why is this one not going in?
Because we have to pull this one a bit towards this side. Okay, I got it. Let me. This screw is blocking it from sliding in there. Let me tighten this so it's gonna be able to move. It's gonna move in a bit more. So being like also has twins. That's really interesting.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
You can do a lot of fun stuff if you have twins, like in terms of in terms of going to each other's classes in school, in terms of if you're studying in different places. And sometimes people are really confused when we enter any company or a building or a space, for example bank, one after each other.
People get
really confused, especially if we're wearing the exact same clothes.
Yeah,
so it's they sort of
jaw-dropping moments.
Yeah, and they feel some sort of deja vu, or they feel like this thing has happened before, and it's always really fun to see. Their brains stutter for a second, and they just make this face and start thinking for a second,
like a time lapse, a lapse in time. Yeah.
Okay, so now we can push this arm.
No, this one is still not going in.
Yes, so I think because we can push this arm, but it's not. I get it. The reason is because of this screw. I'm gonna have to loosen this a bit.
Okay.
A monozygotic is a result of division of single fertilizer giving rise to twins, not identical twins. These twins. Yeah, I have no clue. Yeah, I don't think we're identical though. No, we are identical twins. Huh? That much is. Yeah, so we are identical twins. We just have a little bit of weight difference between us, but if our weight is exactly the same and we're wearing the same clothes and everything, we are identical twins. So I don't know if that confirms the monozygotic thing or not, but we are identical twins if there is no weight difference or anything between us. I've loosened this. Yeah, we have all the pictures we have from our childhood. We look exactly the same. Even in those pictures, we cannot figure out who's who. Elki. Here. So our pictures from our childhood, they are all jumbled up, and we can't tell who's who in those pictures. It's not gonna be you're not gonna be able to slide it in there just because open it up
because
fully.
of the position of the screw.
Yeah,
okay.
because of the position of the T-nut. So just open it fully.
Yeah, that's why I was like.
Yep. We had to do that.
So like we messed up over here, but that's fine.
Yeah,
We have
but
it connected.
it's attached right now, so that's not a big issue. All of a sudden, it's gotten really warm, whereas it used to be so cold during this time of the night. You should ask your mom. Yeah, it's something that never crossed our minds. And yeah, we never thought of looking too deep into it. We've just been twins, and like that's the way it's been. But we've never been too curious about what kind of twins or what the exact status of us being twin is. Yeah, our mind is usually occupied with the stuff that we want to do, or the projects that we're working on, or the plans that we have.
And
that's the case with everyone. Like everyone is
with everyone usually.
Yeah, everyone is
Is
usually
it
interested in
with
the
everyone?
But no, it depends on the interest of people. Some people are really extroverts. Both of us are absolutely not extroverts. Both of us are introverts. So I think this is the kind of stuff an extrovert person would be really interested in, just because they like to keep up with the news, the events, everything, and they tend to have a lot of information on all of these. What do you call it? Like all of these domains.
Try.
So yeah, if we were extrovert, we would have definitely looked into the biological aspect of everything. Okay. It's in there. Both sides are okay.
I'll grab hold of the arm.
Okay, let me
one by one.
Attach this side first.
Just okay now.
Is it going to be raining today?
Not sure.
Yeah, because it's gotten so humid all of a sudden, and it's gotten so. Whereas just yesterday, like today, it was so cold. But
this one as well.
Which one? Okay, this one. In my case, the one that is bigger than the other is the one that was born first. Yeah, I think we have heard of who was born first and who that stuff, but we totally forgot it. It was such a long time ago, and we've never been curious about it after that. But we did hear of one time, I remember. Yeah, just in terms of curiosity, we were not that curious. We do not remember exactly. Yeah. But if he were to do a weight cut to my weight, so like my weight is less than him, normal walking weight, or like we used to do mixed martial arts as well, a little bit of MMA. His weight class was totally different from mine, normal weight class, but he was able to on a diet, he was able to come down to my weight, and on a bulk, I am able to go up to his weight. Yep. So there was during COVID, I lost a bunch of weight, and our weight was exactly the same. And I went back to my village, so the rural area where we used to live in Pakistan. I went there on my own, and I talked to my family over there at length. And after talking them for 30 to 40 minutes, I asked them like, which one of the two do you think I am? And they were like, you're early. And I was like, no, I'm Hassan. I've just lost a bunch of weight. And even the closest relatives, they were not able to tell the difference when we were at the same
Same weight. Yeah. Oh man, this one is difficult.
Yeah. So Ali, you have to apply force while putting it in there. That's how it works. Like a lot of force. Yeah, I think after this we only have to do a little bit of wiring.
Yep. I think even without wiring, the progress went pretty good today. We assembled these correctly.
Yeah.
We'll take down that image.
Yeah, we're gonna
Put in the
remove
right-
the image we uploaded on our YouTube channel because the arms are totally wrong.
Yeah.
They're just they were gonna work though because the left was on the left, but it was just gonna make some weird motions with its hand. But now the hands are attached the right way on the body. Let me try and.
Oh, it's not in my case. In many cases, the one that is bigger than the one is the one that was born first. Yeah. We've definitely heard about that. And it's pretty interesting to see you have twins as well over there. There are a lot of twins in general, or maybe it's just because we're twins, we get to
we get to
notice
like
that a
hear
lot.
a lot of twin stories, but people generally are very surprised.
Yeah.
So that there are a lot of cases, but then there are a lot of people they give really funny sort of reactions when looking at us at the same time.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna have to use only the dinosaur equipment to do this. Okay. Drop it again. Hopefully this is the last time.
Just one thing. Notice here. This one is coming down. We'll need to tighten
we'll
this
need
as
to-
well.
My wife's twins tease each other about age and who was born first, lol.
Yeah, I've heard other twins do that as well.
Yep. We it's really strange, but we have never done this. We almost always have the exact same thought patterns, the exact same interests in music, in movies, in everything, in sports even. So we've never had that sort of beef.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's interesting and it's fun to have that sort of beef sometimes as well between twins. But yeah, really interesting that we've never had that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I have heard a lot of twins do that.
Yeah, and you know, if the brothers or the siblings there's a lot of age difference, they do have a lot of beef with each other. Generally, like it's like a staple of being siblings.
Of course, yeah. That is true across the board for siblings. If there is an age difference, there's gonna be territory.
Yeah.
There's gonna be rules.
Yeah, siblings they do tend to get territorial and stuff.
Yeah.
Territorial, that's a funny word.
I think even here in Japan, the friends that we've met, the ones that we play football with, there are like big brothers and small brothers.
Yeah, there are skirmishes between them, like
Yeah.
even during the football match. And they're really competitive as well, like Which one?
Both of them. Like the smaller one is like so good at football, but the other one
Oh yeah.
he does a lot of trash talking, even though he's not that good. But he does a lot of trash talking and makes up for it with words and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But the small one, his game is like so good.
Yeah, he's really, he plays with a muse.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we can live stream a football match someday.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Like if let's say if we have like 50K or 100K, so there are probably quite a few of them are going to be interested in football or just hiking in general.
Yeah, so we're into hiking, and we had a pretty interesting idea a while back, and that was to get Starlink and live stream a summit of a really high mountain here in Japan, or maybe some other countries. So I think it would be possible with a Starlink connection, just live stream the entire trail, or maybe 2 to 3 days journey. Pretty interesting idea.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun doing it whilst being live. But all the hikes we have done here in Japan, they've been really pretty.
They make jokes like, I was born first, so you lacked air at birth. That's why you left it. Yeah. Yeah, I bet they do that.
That's really funny.
That's really, yeah, and that's once again, that's pretty common with siblings.
Yep.
How old are they? Just out of curiosity. Siblings in early, like, maybe by the time they're 8, 9, 10, 12, early teenage, they're there's sort of a good beef between them. When they're like quite young, or like in early teenage time, there's a fun beef between them, and that's pretty common with siblings.
You lacked air. Yeah, we've heard those sort of comments. So whenever the weight difference between us is too big, when I'm like 1 or 2 weight class higher than him, when we're doing like MMA and stuff, we get those sorts of jokes that he took all the meals, and after being born he ate all the meals from the other one. We've heard those from like in a fun way, joking way from family and stuff, but we've never thrown jokes like that, because pretty much throughout our life we have been interested in the same movies, the same stuff, everything. So there's never been like beef between us. This one we've only no. Yeah,
Fix
we only
this
need
one.
to tighten this one. I'm gonna fix these ones.
Fix these ones, and then we'll tighten these as well, man. These are really bad. If it goes down, the entire lower body can fall.
Yeah. What do you mean by these? There's only one we need to fasten, right?
This one as well. It's a little bit down. You can
Okay. So, yeah. They are 30 now.
Oh, pretty interesting.
30. So they're all grown up.
Yeah, they're all grown up.
Yep. Hopefully they found their groove. They found the. Hopefully they're. Reg, I'm pretty curious if you know if they have the twins in your case. They have the same taste in music, movies, anime, or whatever. Because in our case,
these wires are.
it's exactly the same. We're like a carbon copy of each other in terms of interests and even in music. Whatever my favorite song is gonna be his favorite song, and vice versa. So I'm pretty interested to see if in the case of your twins, if they have the same taste in art, music, movies, and sports.
Grab hold of Yeah, for being twins, we've never had twin friends or other twins that we have talked to about this being twins. Good.
And now this part. Of course, it's supposed to go down. There's no insert in this one.
I tried adding the insert, but it's so difficult to get it in there.
What do you
You can try this insert. I've tried adding it in there.
Is it the right size for this one?
Probably.
No, I have seen that.
Okay,
some of them are bigger.
that might be the case. That might be the case why we're having such difficulty putting them in there.
I think you broke it a little bit. With the drill.
That's all good. It's not like to a point where it's not gonna hold on to. So these are the ones we need, right? You can get one from in there and
We just loosely check the size if the both of these are the same size. This one is slightly bigger. Let's see if it goes in.
that's why. So I think I have attached a bigger one over here by brute force. So while disassembling it, we're gonna face some trouble. We're gonna face some complications while disassembling that thing. Not at all, but one have a girlfriend and the other one is trans. That's really different in terms of interests and yeah, that's like polar opposite if anything.
I think that might be the first case of twins that I have heard that have different interests.
No. I think it's more common. It's more.
Is it?
Yeah, I do think so. We've never interacted a lot with any twins, or we haven't heard a lot of twin stories, but that's really interesting to me, because my general way of thinking was, of course, because we are twins, my way of thinking was generally twins have the exact same interests and everything, but I think that might not be the case. We actually are carbon copies of each other in terms of interest, and I really mean that when I say that. Down to
I think it's good overall now in general. Why is it tilted towards that side, bro?
we're just gonna have to readjust these a little bit. Face the camera, you damn robot.
I like this.
Face the camera. Come on.
Yeah, I think it's in general it's good now.
Bully boat is ready. The bully robot. I'm gonna move the microphone out of the way. Yeah, this microphone has been like a really good investment.
Yep.
Alright, the bully boat is almost ready.
Yeah, the legs we cannot obviously assemble right now because
we fried
either we have fried this motor controller or there's some internal issue, or in the case of two other controllers that we have, there's some software or firmware issue or with the bootloader that we would need to fix, and we'll just need to spend too much time debugging that. For now we have placed order for more of these so that we can try and meet the deadline, but right now the other leg we are unable to assemble it.
As of now, this thing needs a prosthetic as of now.
Yeah, as of right now it needs a prosthetic leg. So I think
it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a good tweet. We can tweet a picture of this, and we can say this thing needs a prosthetic. Anyone up for it?
Yeah, let me grab a photo of this. I'll just change the direction like
This is coffee is so good. It's like so much superior to whatever junk we've been drinking. Yeah, we're also gonna have to bring the coffee machine from the kitchen down here at our lab. Moving on. It's gonna be a really big part of the videos we're gonna be making.
Imagine the images that we're gonna get with a black background. Right now it's difficult to put it apart from the background.
But it still looks so sick.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
It's gonna look
I'd like
so
to wait.
sick. It's gonna look so sick when walking around, right?
Yeah, Reg, the images in the camera are really cool. The images that we're getting of this robot.
Show it in the a frame if it's possible.
Yeah. I would like to have a black background.
The robot looks cool now. Good work. Thanks, man. Yeah, this looking at this thing put together, it really pays all the effort. So let me. It looks so cool in the pictures, and we're gonna try and hang a black cloth behind this
it.
thing.
Yeah.
So it's like separated from the background.
It's gonna have its own photo shoot.
Yep, the boy is gonna have a photo shoot session.
Yeah. Let me check if I can grab a good angle from here. It's just that it's a bit. Oh wow, this one is really awesome. Even with the normal background, this angle is pretty amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna ask for a prosthetic for this robot on Twitter, and let's see what kind of interesting responses we get. I think I can start attaching the Wago connectors on the other arm of the robot, and then wow, the legs are done with Wago connectors, I think so. And then we're gonna have to find a way to zip tie them and put them neatly, tuck them nicely somewhere in the arm or something, so they're not as apparent.
Yeah, I think
It's gonna look really cool if we tape it, or if we put it in some sort of cloth,
yeah,
or a heat shrinker, but we can't do that unless we test the entire thing if it's moving or not.
The idea with wiring is we want to have all the components as nicely tucked in and wiring as minimal as we possibly can have. With this assembly done, I think that's pretty much the next step. This thing, like this leg, joining this leg is only gonna be.
We do need to attach the Wago connectors over there, and then we need to shorten all the CAN bus wires on a single limb or arm or the leg of the robot.
Yeah, but even while doing that, we're gonna try and make sure that we're doing it. Take a look here. This one is pretty free to move.
Yeah,
but look at this one. I think it's very difficult to move, and I'm
because of the wiring.
There might be. I'm not sure, but there might be, because there's wires going all around it.
Yeah, I mean,
we want to make sure
I think that's the last step though. How else are we gonna make sure the wires and everything is good? Because in terms of what the way I see it, we are gonna have to cut these connections to the bare minimum length to be able to reach these Wago connectors, so they're not like jumping around.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to cut these to the bare minimum length, and then we're gonna attach them, put them together in the Wago connectors, and then we are gonna
So like 1, 2, 3, and 4 wiring routes. Once we're done with first one, I think the other ones are gonna take less time. But yeah, four wiring routes in general which we have to make. So like that's maybe one more day of effort.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
after that,
I think we're gonna have to think about something regarding wiring, because yeah, it does not look pretty. There's a user in Discord who has done really pretty wiring. I think we can figure something out by looking at his design, and
yeah, as well as he has in general taken very good photos. Maybe we'll need to, once both legs are done as well, we'll just place it on the table, clean everything out, and we can have some really good shots of
now
the finished
now
robot
there
as
is a room for PC in there. It's a bit tricky to get this thing in there. Yep, that's PC is sitting in there. Where's the battery of the robot? Here's the battery.
Yeah, just
I don't wanna drop the battery. And then we have to make a custom 3D printed part
that's not
to
gonna
attach the
take-
PC. But yeah, I'm gonna have to CAD that custom part. Maybe after CADing it, not maybe we will be sharing it in the Discord as well, because this PC model is different from the model they were using in their design while documenting, and the locations for the screws to put attach this PC in there, the location is different in case of this PC. So we're gonna have to remake that CAD design and 3D print it. And if we do that, we're gonna be sharing that in the Discord community as well. What are the other things remaining with this thing?
It looks really
Instead
cool.
of,
It looks really cool in
Ali, I think we can spend some time looking at the error with the motor controller, if we're able to fix it or not. But let's just give it 30 minutes or 1 hour after the live stream.
Yeah, I think with this we can move on to the YouTube script that we discussed.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, I think in terms of building this thing, I think this is gonna be it. We are gonna let's narrow down on this chart what steps are. Let me write what steps are like remaining in terms of this robot, and then I think we can start working on the next script for the YouTube video. So in terms of the videos on our channel, we are gonna be uploading a few more of the words or the summarized versions of these live streams for the leg of the robot. So I have to upload a video on how to assemble the leg of the robot, and then the chest area and putting the upper body of the robot together. I think I can cover them in a single video, and I'm gonna upload those videos in the coming 1 to 2 days. But we are gonna be are you gonna post picture on Discord? I already joined the Discord myself.
Oh yeah. Once it's completed, I am gonna post pictures in Discord. But I did not want to post pictures with the wiring messed up, or maybe I can.
Reg, if you are asking about the DSLR pictures after this live stream, we can have those pictures uploaded in the post section of our YouTube channel. So if you go to the YouTube channel and you go to the post section, we are gonna upload the pictures of this robot over there, and we already have some pictures uploaded there with the wrong orientation for the hand, so we're probably gonna remove that, or we're just gonna keep it up there. And the DSLR pictures, we are gonna share them in the post section of this our YouTube channel. And in terms of Discord, we are gonna start sharing pictures and everything in there once the wiring is all cleaned up. It looks really messy, and we are gonna probably gonna take this thing out in the park in grass, and we are gonna have take some nice photos of this robot, and that's probably what we're gonna be sharing in the Discord.
Yep.
So in terms of pictures, we do regularly. If you want to talk, my name on Discord is Tommy300 on Discord.
Let me take a look.
Yeah, that's good to know, Rich. We'll reach out to you on Discord as well. And we're gonna take this robot out there, and we are gonna take some pictures of it once the other leg is complete. Man, I really hate waiting for components. I really hate when there are delays in shipping, or when you place an order and the order is like it requires international shipping and there's like a 4 or 5 days delay. But yeah, we are waiting for that.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if we were in China, we would just go in the neighborhood, buy some more of these from any local hardware store, and just go on with our.
If we had like two more of these, it was gonna take us like, I would say, 30 to 40 minutes to put the other leg together, and then this thing was gonna be ready to go for software testing. I mean, it's such a huge jump, and it's such a huge time delay. We are not able to push software to this thing just because all the actuators in the hands and the legs are not completed. So the software, it's gonna give back error, and we're gonna have to manually try and remove all the actuators that are not present here in the CAN bus wiring. And so we could like move on to the software stage only if we had all the limbs intact. But yeah, there's nothing we can do about it right now. We are gonna be working. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm gonna be uploading the video about the leg of this robot and the rib cage of the robot on the channel. Aside from that, we are almost at 1,000 subscribers on our channel, which is a really huge milestone for me. I'm really happy with this, and I've been wanting to do this for such a long time now. And to celebrate 1,000 subscribers, we are gonna change the content. We are gonna be adding in a lot more creative stuff in terms of animations and 3D product design, and a little bit of vlogging along with the robotics and everything we're working on right now. So the main videos or the vlogs on the channel are gonna start to get more and more creative in terms of storytelling and everything. The idea right now I have in my mind is the videos are gonna shift seamlessly from real life videos to time lapses to animations, specifically 2D animations. So the videos are gonna flow in between those three mediums. But that's the idea we have in mind right now, and I really want to try some scripts like that. So we are gonna start working on that, and when we hit 1,000 subscribers, which is probably gonna be in a day or two, we're gonna upload the first video like that, and I'm really excited for that. And aside from that, we are gonna keep working on more projects like this. We are gonna keep uploading tutorials, but it's just gonna be a bit more entertaining and a bit more creative, instead of it being just mundane tutorial live streams like this. We're also gonna be doing live streams, but they're gonna be all over the place in terms of what we're doing in live streams.
Yeah, I think we can call it a day at this point. and we can on the side, once the live stream is over, we're gonna be working on other YouTube videos that we have in the pipeline.
Yep, so it's 3:14 a.m. over here, and we're probably gonna be working till we are gonna be working till 5 a.m. in the morning, and yeah, we're gonna be planning the next trip. Reg, are you going to do a draw of a robot that has 1,000 subscribers? Lol. Yep, this robot can be a YouTuber as well with 1,000 subscribers. Maybe the robot replaces me after 1,000 subscribers. Who knows?
Yeah.
But generally, drawing wise, let me bring in the iPad if I can find it. Ali, can you hand me my bag from there? So we don't just do, generally we are not always working on robotics, although most of the time we are working on robots, but when I'm not working on robot, we are working on 2D animations and illustrations as well. And then we have worked on, what do you call it, the general vlogs and creative filmmaking as well. So I think the next videos, or the brand wise, where we are gonna move on with, where we're gonna try to move on with this channel, is gonna be a blend between those three mediums. So let me open up an example, and I think I have shown this before as well, but just to do it again, presence, and open this project. So yep, so I have worked on frame by frame animation a lot before. So as you can see, this is the frame by frame animation I have drawn, and this one took, I would say, 4 to 5 days to make, and 3 to 4 hours of work over the course of almost a week to make. So to make this animation, first up we have to make a really rough line art version of the animation, like so, and before this it's a really loose sketch of what the animation is gonna look like. And even before that, I think, no, yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is the character design, and after that, this is the first step of animation, this is the second step of animation, and this is what the final animation looks like. And we haven't added background in here yet, but in the final animation there is space behind this girl, so she's just floating in the space in the final animation. So I do make animations like this every now and then, and the difference moving forward will be some of these animations are going to be made on live stream, and then in our videos we are gonna try to make them so the videos flow between anime medium. And there's a truck standing outside for some weird reason, but yeah, so the videos are gonna flow between animation and then to robotics tutorials and then to general vlogging, live stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really excited to start making the videos more fresh in terms of the overall branding and everything.
Yeah.
And the first video hopefully will be coming out soon, and yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. And once this project is done, once the motor controllers arrive, it's gonna be, this thing is gonna be with us for like maybe, I would say, a week more at maximum, and then we are gonna move to some other project or something else. So yeah, really excited to make some more interesting content in the future and slightly move in a different direction regarding the content we're making. Okay, yeah, we are gonna call it a day over here, and it's been fun working on this thing today. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to.
Very close to the finish line.
Very close to the finish line. We say that in every live stream, but
Like, I mean,
yeah,
it's just
that
like, it's
pesky
almost full, almost finished.
pesky shipping company. I mean, we're like in 21st century and we have to wait for days still to receive those parts. It's like
Yep.
so unfair, but
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. We'll call it a day, and we're gonna continue working on other tasks in the meantime.
thank you so much for
Tuning in, everyone.
Yeah, tuning in everyone and keeping this chat active, Reg. And once again, have a really nice weekend. It's enjoy the rest of the Sunday you have, and it's already Monday over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have a little bit of Sunday sunshine to enjoy. So I
Yeah,
hope you
we'll-
have some nice time with your family.
See you in the next one.
See you in the next one. Yeah. Cheers. Take care, guys. Bye bye.